Welcome back to Only Talk Sports, and tonight we have the 2023 NBA Playoffs Western Conference Finals. First round game, not the finals, but we're getting there with the playoffs. The Game 2 live reaction and watch party. It feels like a finals the way the Warriors and Kings are playing, but we're going to be getting to the finals very shortly in the Eastern and Western Conference. It's going to be a lot of fun, but right now we're in the first round between the Warriors and the Kings. The first game was an instant classic. You had the Warriors falling by 3 points to the Sacramento Kings. That was an unbelievable game. You had De'Aaron Fox with 38 points and Malik Monk with 32 points, and the Warriors fell just short. That was an insane game there. And the Kings, if they can play like that again, they can get the production that they were getting in that game. Again, there's a really good chance that they're able to win this game as well. But it's going to be very difficult to do that because of the fact the Warriors are such a great team. They're still really talented with Klay Thompson, Jordan Poole, Stephon Curry, and Draymond Green. But it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. The Kings are the higher seed. They've had a great year, and the ball is tipping off. The game is at the Kings, but the Warriors do get the ball first. It feels like a finals, but we're in the first round still. This is a fantastic series in the making between these two teams. The first game was a classic, and hopefully this game will be a classic as well. Draymond Green, he immediately throws the ball away. And Kevin Huerter, he has the basketball for the Sacramento Kings. Now Domantas Sabonis has the ball. He was a great trade pickup for the Kings. He was great at the Pacers, but now he is with the Kings. He has the ball driving into the lane. He goes up strong, and the ball is in 2-0. It is 2-0 for the Kings. A great start for Sacramento. Now you have the Warriors with the ball in Curry's hands. Curry, obviously one of the best three-point shooters in NBA history. Probably the best by far with the amount of threes he's made. Way over Ray Allen now in the scoring car on the three-point list. But he scores a 2, and he was looking for an and 1. He does not get it. But it's 2-2. 11 to go in the first quarter. And now you've got De'Aaron Fox with the ball. And he has vastly improved this year. Again, he had 38 points in the first game for the Kings in this playoff series, and his three goes in and out to start for him on his shooting night tonight. And you've got Curry with the basketball yet again, who just hit a big floater. Curry is still great at his age of 35. Into the lane, Kevon Looney, he loses the basketball. That's really good defense. And now on the other end, the Kings with a massive dunk by De'Aaron Fox, 4-2. The Sacramento Kings are rolling early, and the crowd is on their feet. The first time the Kings have made the NBA playoffs since 2006. It seems like a long time ago, 17 years ago. Now Klay Thompson at the top of the key, and you can't leave the Splash Brother open. 5-4, Golden State over the Kings. What a shot by Klay Thompson. Domantas Sabonis with the basketball. He swings over to Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes has improved this season. His three goes in and out, and you've got a rebound for the Warriors. 5-4. Some nice action early. Draymond Green with the basketball. He swings inside, and now Looney goes up strong, and the ball is out of bounds off of the Kings. They're going to give the ball back to the Warriors. Jeff says he is here and ready to get it going. Thanks for being here, Jeff. Really appreciate it. What a game we have on deck. It was a fantastic game one on Saturday night between these two teams, and now they're back at it again. Can the Warriors even up the series 1-1, or will the Kings go 2-0? I think they call a foul before the shot. No free throws there. Jackson says, hope the Kings win another one tonight. He is definitely rooting for the Kings. Thanks for being here, Jackson. It's going to be a lot of fun, and the Kings, they could win another one. They're playing some great basketball right now. 5-4, 9:50 to go in the first quarter. Draymond Green with the basketball. He's always getting into it with the players. He's got a feisty attitude for sure that's made for the playoffs. Klay Thompson with the ball. 3 seconds on the shot clock, and almost a turnover, and it is a turnover. The ball is out of bounds off of the Warriors, so it is Sacramento Kings basketball. 5-4, 9:30 to go in the first. Domantas Sabonis with the ball to Harrison Barnes, and Barnes' three is short. Now you've got a rebound by Kevon Looney. Looney swings to Curry. Still 5-4. The Warriors are ahead by 1 point. Curry to Looney. Looney into the lane, and Looney's shot is offline. And I think they might have called an offensive foul on Looney there. Very interesting. Some really tough play there. You got to keep your water, not get too physical on the offensive glass. I think they called a push-off on him trying to get the ball back, pushing Domantas Sabonis into the back, but it's still 5-4. 9:18 to go in the first, and De'Aaron Fox, he lets the ball roll down the floor. He picks it up. Now he's swinging the ball over to his teammates, trying to get some offense going. Sabonis with the basketball. Now swings to Harrison Barnes. Really nice passing overall by the Kings. Now Keegan Murray, the rookie, has the ball over to Kevin Huerter. And was that a foul? No foul there. And they call a deflection. Looked like Kevin Huerter might have been fouled on that three, but they do not call the foul. Let's see. I think that was a foul. Curry got the hand, but they didn't call it. But it will stay Sacramento Kings ball nonetheless because they called the ball off of Curry. But it's still 5-4. The offense is starting to slow down a bit. A really great start offensively for both of these teams, but it started to slow down. Sabonis with the basketball back to De'Aaron Fox. Fox misses a three in the corner. Warriors with the ball up by one. Klay Thompson, he loses the basketball. Harrison Barnes with the steal, and Harrison Barnes with the dunk. Unbelievable. 6-5 Sacramento Kings, and what a dunk by Harrison Barnes. And you can tell that the Kings are for real. The crowd is engaged, and they're playing really hard right now. All 6 of their points are in the paint. Now you've got Kevon Looney with the ball to Klay Thompson. Back to Looney to Draymond Green at the top of the key. Klay Thompson rises for three. A big force there, and he's not able to hit the shot. Curry gets the ball stolen from by De'Aaron Fox, and De'Aaron Fox goes up with another dunk. 8-5, and Steve Kerr is not liking what he is seeing from the Warriors. He's trying to scream some orders over this big crowd. Curry with the basketball. The Warriors down by 3. Draymond Green with the ball. Tries to go up strong. A missed shot there. Looney misses a shot that he really should have made. It was a one-footer. He could not make the shot. Still 8-5, but then a steal on the other end. Keegan Murray gets the ball stripped from him. Draymond Green down the floor, and Draymond Green gets the lay up to fall. 8-7. 7:45 to go in the first. Some back and forth action between both of these teams. 8-7. You've got a drive by Harrison Barnes, and I think that they called the ball out of bounds off of the Warriors, so it will stay Sacramento Kings basketball. But both teams are running the floor. You can definitely tell that this is a playoff atmosphere with the crowd, and both teams are giving it all they've got early, and the Warriors really need this win because they're already down 0-1 in the series. You don't want to go down 0-2. Obviously, the Warriors won't be out if that's the case, but it will make it a lot tougher on them to win the series. But now you've got De'Aaron Fox missing a three, and Curry's bringing the ball down the floor. Draymond Green has it in the left corner. Now Curry driving into the lane, back to Draymond Green, and what a pass by Curry. What a layup by Green, and the Warriors are back in front, 9-8. De'Aaron Fox with the basketball, 7:10 to go in the first quarter. Fox swings to Harrison Barnes, and Barnes' three is no good. And Looney, he saves the basketball from going out of bounds. Klay Thompson has it now, trying to bring the ball up the floor. The Warriors up by 1. They're trying to settle down the crowd a little bit. Klay Thompson into the lane, swings to Draymond Green for 3, and Green hits the 3. That's not his strength, but Draymond Green, if you leave him open, he can knock down a 3 every now and then. 12-8, a great shot by Draymond Green. 6:40 to go in the first quarter. Fox into the lane. Fox goes up strong, but they call an offensive foul. I think they got him for wrapping around there. And De'Aaron Fox will now have a foul on his ledger. 12-8, 6:38 to go in the first quarter, and we have our first TV timeout. Some great action so far. Jackson says it's for the Grizzlies. I think they're done for against the Lakers because of Ja Morant's hand injury. Yeah, it's not looking good at all. If Ja Morant can't return, which is not looking like he will be able to, that is a severe injury there. I agree with you that the Lakers have a great chance to win that series. Will the Lakers be able to go even further than that? I'm not sure. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens with that overall, but I do think, to your point, that it's not looking good for the Grizzlies because you have to have Ja Morant out there. He is such an important part of the team, and obviously you can win with some of your role players, but you have to be able to have your star player out there. And Ja Morant is by far the best basketball player on the Grizzlies. You have to have him on the floor. And it's very unfortunate that he got hurt at this time in the season. But unfortunately, that is the nature of Ja Morant's type of play. He takes risks. He drives into the lane. He goes up into the air, and he takes a lot of contact. And when you fall and you don't have nothing to grip yourself with, that's how you're able to break wrists and hands, and it's very unfortunate overall. But I do think that Ja Morant will have to learn to be safer and not take those ridiculous hits, because if he does, and those falls that he is suffering, his career might be short. He cannot continue to take the hits and bumps and bruises that his body is taking right now. You look at Tyler Hero, unfortunately for the Miami Heat, he broke his hand as well, but it was going after the ball on a loose ball. That's a little bit different. But with Ja Morant, his type of play that he goes by, it's just ridiculous how much pressure he puts on his body overall. I just don't think it's really conducive for a long career. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens overall with Ja Morant, and I hope he is able to have a long career, and I hope somehow he's able to return for the Grizzlies to make that series interesting. And you never know, maybe the Grizzlies can win anyway, but it will be an uphill climb with the Lakers being fully healthy and the Grizzlies not. But I think it's the same thing. You look at the Clippers. They're without Paul George, and they were able to win on the road at the Suns. So maybe, finally the Grizzlies can get something together, but it will be interesting to see what happens for sure. Jeff said, what a dunk by Fox. There's been some great dunks to start this game by the Kings. 2 by Fox, 1 big, drive down the floor by Harrison Barnes. There is some great dunks and drives being made in this game by the Kings. You can definitely tell that they're fired up. But the Warriors, they handled the early rush, did not allow the Kings to start to blow it open a bit. They're hanging around, and now they're up by 4. So the Warriors handled the pressure very well. And why they're able to do that? Because they have such a veteran club with Curry and Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. That is a fantastic veteran lineup. They've been together for so many games, and I think that will help the Warriors in this series. For sure, I don't think it's going to make it impossible for the Kings to win this series because they just won a game. But the Warriors have the experience to be able to withstand runs. They have the experience to be able to not let the crowd get to them. And they only lost by 3 points with Malik Monk scoring 32 points for the Kings. Can Malik Monk have that type of game again? We know De'Aaron Fox can. But can Malik Monk have that type of game again? If he does not have that type of game, who's going to step up for the Kings to help them get the win? I'm not saying it's a fluke the Kings won. The Kings are a great team. Their record is indicative of how good they are. They are a fantastic team, but I still think overall that Malik Monk scoring 32 points is not a great sign that the Kings only won that game by 3, and it had to take a player that don't normally score that many points to score that many points for the Kings to win. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens, but if Malik Monk can have another big game, or maybe it's a Kevin Huerter, or maybe it's someone else like Keegan Murray can put up a lot of points, you never know. Maybe the Kings can be able to win again on their own floor, and you can definitely tell they are engaged for sure, but the Warriors still have the experience, and Curry's going to do everything he possibly can to get the Warriors this win in this game. But Curry with the ball, he is very engaged in this game. He swings the ball outside, a drive, and now a kick to Draymond Green for 3, and Green's 3 is in and out. He had the shot, but it did not drop. 12-8, Warriors up by 4, 6:10 to go in the first, and now you've got a 3 for the Kings, and it's no good by Kevin Huerter. Now the ball is in the Kings' hands again by an offensive rebound. Mitchell for 3, and Mitchell's 3 is offline for the Kings. Still 12-8, and they might have called a foul on the rebound attempt on the Kings. So I think it is Warriors basketball, 6:04 to go in the first quarter. But definitely some inspired basketball by both teams. But the Kings' offense is starting to struggle a little bit. They were doing a great job getting into the lane and getting some dunks, but they're really struggling to shoot the ball right now, and that is not sustainable at all. They're going to have to do a better job of being able to make some shots because they're not going to continue to be able to get the layups and dunks all the time. Mike Brown, he was the coach of the year in the NBA. He did a fantastic job with his team. The trade for Sabonis was a great trade. It's definitely helped out their team by a lot. Now you have some of the backups into the game right now. Dante DiVincenzo is into the game for the Warriors. So he's a really good player. He's had a good season, averaging 9 points per game. Jonathan Kuminga as well. They got some of their bench players in. But right now, the Sacramento Kings have not scored in a few minutes. Still struggling on the offensive end after a hot start. Down 12-8, 5:40 to go in the first. Mitchell with the basketball to Huerter. Huerter's trying to drive into the lane, and it's a turnover. He was pickpocketed by Klay Thompson. Now Curry down the floor. Curry goes up strong, no foul. And it looks like Curry might be a little banged up. That's bad news for the Warriors. Hopefully Curry will be okay. But it looks like he has a bit of a limp there. Now you've got the Kings driving into the lane and a missed shot there. And now you've got the Warriors fighting for the ball. Curry's still limping, but still on the floor. Huerter's 3 is off. Still, the Kings can't make a shot to save their life, and now you've got the Warriors with the ball, but Curry is limping right now, and He is vital to the Warriors' success. Looks like he might have jammed his leg just a bit on the drive. Sometimes when you're driving in the lane and you land a little wrong, you can maybe get a Charlie horse or just something going on there in the leg. But hopefully Curry will be okay. You definitely don't want to see him hurt if you're a Warriors fan. There's been a lot of injuries so far in these NBA playoffs. You don't want to see another one. But I do think that Curry will hopefully be okay overall. He is still on the floor. I don't think they are going to take him out right now. But if he is not at 100%, that will still be a big blow to the Warriors' chances of getting this win on the road with the Kings. He is 35 years of age. It's always what you worry about when a player starts to get older. Are they able to take the bumps and bruises of a long season? That what could have just been a freak play there. Hopefully he will be okay. But Donte DiVincenzo, he inbounds the ball to Jordan Poole, and he's averaging 20 points per game this year. Jordan Poole is one of the most improved players in the NBA, having a great season. He's almost a third splash brother. And Kevon Looney down low off the Klay Thompson pass with a big slam dunk. 14-8, and the Kings lose the ball again. Now Jordan Poole back the other way. Jordan Poole kicks to DiVincenzo, back to Poole, and Poole lays it in, but they might have called an offensive foul, I think, on that drive. 4:44 to go in the first quarter. It's 14-8 Warriors. But I think they did call an offensive foul there. So I think it will be Kings ball. Looks like Mitchell for the Kings might be a little banged up as well. Some injuries happening early right now. But Malik Monk, the star for the Kings, along with De'Aaron Fox in the last game, he had 32 points. Malik Monk is now into the game right now for the Kings. Davion Mitchell as well. Some really good bench players for the Kings overall. Malik Monk had a fantastic game. Can he have another big game for the Kings? You've got Sabonis into the lane. Sabonis trying to go up strong. And Sabonis taking a lot of contact, and he gets the shot to drop. 14-10, 4:28 to go in the first quarter. Sabonis down low, having 2 or 3 guys down on him down low, and he gets the foul drawn on Kevon Looney. That's Sabonis just working hard. That is effort right there. You want to see effort in these big games. You know, you're in the playoffs. There's no holding back. And Sabonis right there with tons of effort going up strong and being able to draw that foul. He had 12 points, 16 rebounds, and 3 steals in the Game 1 win for the Kings. He had a fantastic Game 1. And he's going to have to do a great job on the glass for the Kings to be able to potentially win this game. But he misses the free throw. Got to make your free throws. 14-10. Gary Payton is now on the floor for the Warriors as well. He's been a solid veteran throughout his career. Curry with the ball still in the game, even with the potential injury that he has. Curry inside kicks to Donte DiVincenzo. Now back to Curry in the corner, and Curry knocks down the 3. 17-10. Curry's still playing really well right now. Trey Lyles is into the game for the Kings, and Terrence Davis bringing a lot of their bench in for the Kings. But Curry into the corner, that's a great sign for the Warriors, him hitting that 3. The all-time 3-points leader in NBA history, hitting a 3 even while banged up a bit. Jordan Poole with the basketball, bringing it up at the Kings logo, being guarded by Terrence Davis. Now Curry for 3 again, and his 3 is no good. He could not get that one to drop. Now the Kings bringing the ball back down the floor. The Kings are still struggling from the field. Davion Mitchell's 2 is good. He hits the mid-range. 17-12. That's a big shot for the Kings that needed some offense. 3:30 to go in the first quarter. Donte DiVincenzo with the ball at the Kings logo. He swings over to Kevon Looney at the top of the key. Looney, he's looking for Poole. And they might have called an offensive foul on the Warriors. Maybe it was an illegal screen. Who knows? But we're going to have another TV timeout here. 17-12 Warriors. Both teams playing pretty well, but the Warriors definitely look a little bit better to start this game. Michael Williams is here. Thanks for being here, Michael. He says Warriors in 6. Kings got lucky Saturday night. That's definitely a way to look at it. I think you look at the way the Kings won again with Malik Monk scoring 32 points. I just don't think that's really inspiring for the Kings. You have to be able to have more of your star players be able to score. Domantas Sabonis only had 12. Malik Monk's a good player, but I don't think that was a really, great sign overall for the Kings having a bench player have a career game and you only won by 3. When you have a bench player scoring that many points, you would think the Kings would have maybe been able to win by 15, 20 points, but no, they won by 3 points. So I wouldn't say it was lucky, but I do agree with you. I'm kind of more on the side that potentially that was a game they might have got a little bit of a break, and they're going to have to do a much better job in the future in this game and beyond in this series of having more production from the stars like Kevin Huerter as well. He didn't have a great game in game one. He really struggled overall. They're going to have more production, more balanced production, or they're not going to be able to win this series because the Warriors have much more balanced production. As long as Curry can stay healthy and their team can stay healthy, I think that the Warriors still have a great chance to win this series. But we'll see what the Kings have. Maybe it wasn't a fluke and they'll be able to continue to win games in this series. Edwards here. Thanks for being here, Edward. He says Curry is limping for sure. That is not a good sign. And now we are at a timeout. Hopefully, for Curry, he's not too banged up and he will be okay. It looks like he is starting to shake it off. He is a very resilient basketball player. But if Curry's out, then you're going to have to rely way more on Jordan Poole and Klay Thompson to be able to get points. And I think that it makes Draymond Green's role much bigger. Dante DiVincenzo, some of the other players, they're going to have to really step up for the Warriors to be able to get this win on the road, because Curry does so much for the Warriors. Even when he's not scoring on his own, his presence off the ball is unreal because you have to guard him at all times. If you allow him to be able to come off ball screens and then get those open threes, and sometimes his presence just allows the other players to get open shots. I think it really benefits a guy like Jordan Poole to have Curry on the floor because you have to really key in on all of the guys on the floor at the same time. There's not a guy that you can just kind of throw away. He's in the corner as long as we guard him. He's no threat. Curry's all over the place. The type of threes Curry makes him so hard to guard because he comes off screens, he flares around, into rounds, and he back cuts as well. Sometimes he'll back cut, and then Draymond Green will flare it into him, and he lays it in reverse style. That's just what makes Curry so dangerous. He just does so much for the Warriors offense. And Edward, to your point, you're 100% correct. The Kings have the 26th defense in the NBA. That's the Kings' problem. They're awful defensively, and the Warriors' problem is they turn it over 16 times a game, and they aren't good on the road. You are right about that. The Warriors have struggled on the road this season, and they have been more turnover prone than they are in years past. I think that is just a byproduct of the offensive style that they play with the amount of passing that they do. But you are right. They do struggle a bit on turning it over. And like you said, the Kings don't have the best defense, and that definitely will help out a team like the Warriors, specifically if they have Curry in the game. They were only able to beat the Warriors 126-123 with 32 points from Malik Monk. Can they get that production from him again or somebody else? And can the Warriors finally be able to win a game in this series? It's going to be very interesting, but I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in this game. This is a fantastic game overall. And down low, Gary Payton for 2. 19-12 Warriors. 3:10 to go in the first quarter. Great passing by the Warriors. No turnover there. That was a really solid pass by Draymond Green. And now the Warriors have a 7-point lead. Now you've got Malik Monk with the basketball. He almost turns it over, but instead, the ball will stay with the Kings. I think they're calling a foul on the Warriors. And funny thing enough, it didn't count, but Malik Monk had like a 35-foot three that don't count. Maybe they called a foul on Curry for being a bit too handsy down low trying to guard, but the ball will stay with the Kings. 3 to go in the first quarter, and it's still 19-12 Warriors. Terrence Davis, he's going to the bench for the Kings. Trey Lyles is still in the game for the Kings. You got Malik Monk. Some of the other players as well. They have a really good roster overall. I think the Kings have definitely the most talent they've had in a long time, especially since the 2000s. They actually have a good basketball team. De'Aaron Fox, they got him a few years ago, but they finally started to build a team that's capable of winning games around him, and that's been huge overall for their success. I think that's really going to help them out in this series and potentially in the future as well. But now you got the Kings trying to inbound the basketball, and the Warriors tap the ball out of bounds. Good defense by Curry to deny the inbounds pass, and the Kings are going to have to do it all over again and try to get the ball inbounds. 19-12, still Warriors up by 7. 2:59 to go in the first quarter. Now you've got the ball in De'Aaron Fox's hands trying to make a move around Wiggins, who's now back for the Warriors after being out with a family matter for a couple months. And now you've got the Kings down low, and they score. Not 19-14. That was a really good play there. Unless they didn't count it. Maybe they did not count it. It looked like it was going to be a score. Let's see what they called a charge because it was a great pass by Trey Lyles to the center down low to the Kings, but I don't think that they ended up giving them the points. They did not. They called a charge on Trey Lyles to erase that basket. Still 19-12, 2:30 to go in the first, and Curry just chunks up a three, and it's no good. Jordan Poole with the ball, back to Curry. Can't believe Curry took that three. That was a ridiculous shot, and he shoots another three, and it's no good as well. 2:20 to go in the first quarter. Kings still down by 7 with the basketball. Kevin Huerter, he's into the lane trying to make a move. He has nowhere to go. Now De'Aaron Fox has it. De'Aaron Fox is trying to make a move around Curry off the screen. Now you've got Huerter with the ball. He takes a two, and he knocks it down. And finally, the Kings score again. 19-14, 2 to go in the first. So some really good offense from the Warriors, but they're getting a little bit sloppy and starting to take some bad shots, and the Kings are taking advantage of it. But Jordan Poole on the other end, he goes up strong, and he will have 2 free throws. So his shot does not drop, but he will have a couple of free throws. And Jordan Poole, he shoots a great percentage at the free throw line, just like Klay Thompson and Curry does as well. I think all 3 1-year shot over 90% at the line, which is awesome to have. When you have 3 guys that can shoot over 90% at the line, that makes you deadly as a team because you can't even be able to rely on potentially being able to get back into the game with fouling because they're going to get to one of them and they're going to make the free throws. But Jordan Poole, his free throw is good. 22-14, the Warriors have a 6-point lead, 1:54 to go in the first quarter, and right now the Warriors are going steady as she goes, playing really solid basketball overall. The Kings are trying, and they were playing great to start the game, but they're really struggling to shoot the ball. They're doing a much better job getting the ball inside, just not shooting the basketball well overall, but maybe that will eventually come. But Jordan Poole, his second free throw is up and good, 21-14. Now you've got De'Aaron Fox with the basketball, trying to bring the ball up the floor. De'Aaron Fox, he's had a great season overall. He's averaging 25 points per game this year, the best season he's had in the NBA by far. Now Malik Monk, fresh off the 32-point game, trying to make a move. He almost turns it over, but Fox gets it now to Huerter in the corner. His three is no good, and Gary Payton with the rebound. Warriors bringing it up the floor, 1:30 to go. Now you've got Draymond Green with the ball. Green goes up strong. Great defense down low by the Kings. And his shot is erased. 1:20 to go in the first quarter. Now you've got De'Aaron Fox with the ball. His three is good, and the crowd is getting back into it. 21-17, 1 to go in the first quarter. Big shot for De'Aaron Fox and the Kings' confidence here as they were really starting to struggle from the field, but big shot. 21-17, Jordan Poole with the basketball. He's trying to make a move on Trey Lyles, pull into the lane. Now over to Gary Payton. And it looks like he stepped out on the line. No, they called a travel. So either way you go, it was a turnover for the Warriors and Gary Payton. And like Edward said, for sure, the Warriors have really been struggling to take care of the basketball lately. That's something they're going to have to clean up if they want to be able to win this series. De'Aaron Fox has the basketball, though, with the Kings down by 4. 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. De'Aaron Fox, he just hit a big three on the right wing. He has the ball now over to Malik Monk. Malik Monk's trying to drive, and I think they might have called a offensive foul on the Kings. I think it will be Warriors basketball. There's been a lot of offensive fouls on illegal screens by both these teams. Definitely need to work on the screen game. I don't know. That might not have been much of an illegal screen. It looks a little weak, but the refs do call it regardless. 21-17. 8 turnovers by the Warriors, 7 by the Kings. So a lot of sloppy basketball, which has definitely kept the scoring low. And I think they might have called an offensive foul on the Warriors this time. I think they might have called on Draymond Green. This is unbelievable, the amount of illegal screens that there have been so far in this game. How many illegal screens are there going to be? 21-17, 32.9 seconds to go in the first quarter. And there's probably been 6 illegal screens called on both of these teams so far in this game. It's an illegal screen fest. Now they're trying to clean up the floors. Some sweat on the floor right now in the first quarter. Very early to see that happen. Definitely a lot of effort being displayed on the floor as of this time. But it's 21-17, 32.9 seconds, and a turnover. And you've got Aaron Wiggins. It looked like Jonathan Kuminga, but it was Aaron Wiggins with the layup. 23-17. Aaron Wiggins, now he's a big re-addition for the Warriors, having him back on the floor. He has been out for a long time. He's back, and he has been playing really good in the playoffs the last couple years for the Warriors, and that's a big shot there. 23-17. 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. De'Aaron Fox with the basketball. De'Aaron Fox trying to make a move. He's driving into the lane, and I think they might have called another offensive foul. How many offensive fouls are there going to be? 6 seconds left. This is unbelievable. 23-17. Warriors up by 6 points. Some really good action from both these teams. A lot of effort being displayed, but way too many turnovers. There definitely needs to be a cutback on the turnovers. Not liking the turnover percentage for both these teams. Both teams have 9 turnovers overall, and that is definitely not going to help either team get this win. You would think the Warriors even more because they're on the road, but the Kings are really struggling to take care of the basketball, and most of it's just been illegal screens, but there also has been some sloppy passes as well. Definitely need to tighten things up, or we will get nowhere near the score we saw in the first game, being 126-123. Now, Jordan Poole, he's got the ball. He almost turns it over. Poole goes up for 2, and it's no good. And we're at the end of the first quarter, and it's 23-17 Golden State Warriors. Edwards says 16, 17 times on the turnovers for sure. Buckeye Mike says, hey, everyone, thanks for being here, Buckeye Mike. He said, just thought I'd pop in before bell watching 4 hours long LeBron James highlight to fall asleep to. That's hilarious there. But definitely, the Lakers are in good position with the Grizzlies having the injury to Ja Morant. Hopefully, Ja Morant will be okay. It's so unfortunate to see. You always want to be able to play a team at full strength. You never want to win a series when the other team's not healthy, but it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. Mike says Warriors do have the worst road record, to your point, for sure, which is really crazy to see because usually the Warriors do a great job on the road. But I just think it's about turning it over too much. You got to find a way not to make mistakes. When you're on the road, that's when you have to play some of your cleanest basketball because of the fact you're in a hostile environment and you have to find a way to be able to withstand the crowd. You have to be able to find a way to keep your composure and be able to play at a high level despite the hostility of the home crowd of the other team, despite the fact that the Kings are a team playing with a lot of confidence right now. The Warriors are the veteran team. They should not be having all these turnovers, especially with Curry and Klay Thompson out there. But it is what it is for the Warriors. They're going to have to find a way not to turn it over as much. And Mike says as well, Grizzlies are only done against the Lakers if Ja can't go over his limited. They need him at full strength to beat LA. For sure. And I think that even if the Lakers get by the Grizzlies because of the fact Morant is out, that's not going to be a good sign for the Lakers. I think overall, it doesn't mean that they can't win the next series, but it would be a lot better for the Lakers if they could beat the Grizzlies with Ja Morant. Because of the fact that would actually show the Lakers are really, really good. I do think that it's a really great sign for the Lakers having Rui Hachimura having 27 points. But you look at it's kind of like Malik Monk having 32 for the Kings, and they won as well. Sometimes when you have a guy that does something incredible off the bench that he doesn't normally do, and what if you don't get that performance from that guy again? That could really spell doom for you in the next game, and you won't be able to win because you're expecting or potentially expecting that guy to have another good game, and he does not. But I do think that overall, that the Grizzlies will be in bad shape if you can't have Ja Morant or he's not 100% because of the fact he is a guy that is really capable of being able to lead a team. He's a guy that can put up 40 points, and the Grizzlies don't have another guy like that on their team. They have a solid roster around him, but will they have enough to be able to beat the Lakers? More than likely not without Morant. I think that the Clippers are going to have a hard time beating the Suns without Paul George, but they were able to win the last game, so you never know. Maybe they'll be able to do it again. It's going to be very interesting to see if they can do it again, and I actually was really impressed with the Clippers last night, but I do think that the Suns did not play their best game. Chris Paul only had like 7 points, so it's kind of one of those things where you just have to be able to hope that the other team has a bad game to be able to get that road win, and then potentially you'll be able to find a way to win maybe the next game and then win the next game, and you can build your confidence to end up winning the series. But it's going to be very interesting overall. Obviously, these series are so, early in their stages, still the game 1, and now we're starting to get to the game 2s. We're nowhere near, at the point where some of these, playoff series are about decided. We have a lot of time left. I don't think that the Suns are in any danger yet. I don't even think the Warriors are in any danger. But if you go down 0-2 and then 0-3, that's when you're starting to get potentially out of the race, and it's going to be very interesting. I think the Warriors really need this win. I don't think they have to have it, but it would be really good for them to be able to get this win over the Kings to be able to tie the series back up now that they'll be going back home. And for the Suns as well against the Clippers. Malik Monk, he shoots a 3, and it's good. And if that's a great sign for the Kings, if Malik Monk can get back going after he had his career night. And the game one against the Warriors. He hits a big shot there, 23-20. Now on the other end, Jordan Poole, he loses the basketball off of his knee. Another turnover by the Warriors. And we're in the early stages of the second quarter, and the Warriors already have double-digit turnovers. That is a bad sign overall. And down low, a massive dunk for the Sacramento Kings. 23-22, 11:20 to go in the second quarter. What a dunk by the Kings. Now on the other end, you've got Jordan Poole going up with it, and he lays it in 25-22. A really good play by Jordan Poole to be able to calm down the potential comeback of the Kings to take the lead. Now the Warriors are still up by 3 points. De'Aaron Fox, he's driving into the lane, and he kicks down low, and another dunk for the Kings. 25-24, and the Kings are doing a great job sharing the basketball and getting some easy dunks down low. Some really nice basketball being played by the Kings now that they're not turning it over. 25-24, Warriors up by 1. 10:45 to go in the second quarter. Now Klay Thompson has the basketball at the top of the key. Klay Thompson, he does a step back two, and it's good. 27-24, and Klay Thompson still has a sweet stroke. What a shot by Klay. 27-24. Now on the other end, De'Aaron Fox, he takes a three, and he misses the shot. Offensive rebound for the Kings. Fox is driving again. He kicks out to Malik Monk for three, and Malik Monk knocks it down. He's still hot from the last game, 27 all, and the Sacramento Kings crowd is going nuts again. Dante DiVincenzo swings to Draymond Green. Now Jordan Poole for three, and it's no good. The Kings have the ball with momentum. Malik Monk has it. He spin moves around, step back three, and Malik Monk hits another one. And Steve Kerr does not like what he is seeing, and he promptly calls a timeout. 30-27 Kings, and Malik Monk is still on fire. This is a great sign overall for the Kings. I didn't know if Malik Monk was still going to be able to play at a high level. I thought that there was a potential chance that he would maybe take a step back in this game because of the fact he played so well last time. But this is a great sign overall for the Kings that Malik Monk is still on fire. He is playing some great basketball. Will Lendee's here. He says, let's go. Thanks for being here, Will. And the Kings are hitting some big shots now, specifically De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk, again, just like they did in the game one of this first round series between these two teams. They were on fire in game one, and now they're doing it yet again. It's 30-27. Can the Golden State Warriors find a way to be able to slow down Malik Monk and De'Aaron Fox, something they were not able to do in game one? They're going to have to find a way. Malik Monk is starting to hit some big shots. And when you let a player get some confidence and you let him start to make some shots, it's going to be very difficult for the Warriors because now you're allowing the same guy that beats you in game one start to do it again. You're letting him get that confidence. You're letting the crowd get into the game. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the Warriors respond. Steve Kerr calls a timeout because he does not like what he is seeing. And I think that was a good timeout. You don't want to let your deficit increase to around 8 to 10 points and then call that timeout. You want to call it now while you're barely down. I think that is a smart move overall. But the biggest issue for the Warriors is that they just keep turning the basketball over, whether it's illegal screens, whether it's just silly passes out of bounds, driving the ball and losing it off of your leg, whatever it may be, the Warriors are turning it over way too much. And this is not the team I'm used to seeing. The last few years, the Warriors have always been a team that was very good at taking care of the basketball. They were a great passing team, but it just seems like their discipline has kind of gone by the wayside a little bit, and they're not, doing a good job passing to each other. They still have some good passes at times, but they're turning it over, and that's not what you want to see. You do not want to see these turnovers mounting up. You don't want to have 20 turnovers in this game. They're already in double digits in the turnover column, and there's 9:54 left to go in the second quarter. They're on pace for almost 40 turnovers. Obviously, they're not going to get 40 turnovers, but if they have 20, 22 turnovers in this game, there's a good chance that the Warriors are not winning this game. When you're on the road, you have to take care of the basketball, you have to take good shots, and you have to defend at a high level. That's how you win games. You take good shots, defend at a high level, don't turn it over. And right now, the Warriors are doing a lot of those things wrong. They're not taking care of the ball. I would say that at times they've defended well, but now they're starting to let Malik Monk get hot. And they're not taking good shots at times. Sometimes they have, but Curry's chunked up a couple of bad shots. Yes, he is capable of hitting. It's hard to critique Curry from shooting a three because he is the all-time leader in 3-point shots made in NBA history. But even Curry, you got to take a better shot than some of the ones he's taken. He's chunked up a couple. Clay had one shot where he just threw it up. It wasn't even remotely a good shot. You still got to take good shots, even when you are a great shooter. So we'll see if the Warriors can improve on that front. And if you're the Kings, you're hoping to potentially see, the Warriors continue to be sloppy with the basketball. You're hoping to continue to see the Warriors just struggle all around, not, take care of the basketball, take bad shots. And if the Kings can get a type of performance from the Warriors like that, there's a really good chance that they will win another game and be up 2-0 in the series. Trent Verano, thanks for being here. He says on the bright side, they're only down 3 with that many turnovers. You are right. I agree with you. I really appreciate you for being here for sure. Thank you so much. But I do agree. The fact they're only down 3 having that many turnovers is a solid sign. But now that Malik Monk is getting on a roll, they're going to have to key in on him and not let him continue to go off. But Draymond Green with the ball, he tries to kick it down low too. Andrew Wiggins, and right there, it almost was yet another turnover, but the ball will stay with the Warriors. Curry is off the floor. They're showing the turnover differential with him off and on the floor, and it's much worse when he is off the floor. But you still have Clay, you still have Poole. They should be able to take care of the ball as well, but they're not doing a good job of that. Wiggins with the ball in the left corner. He's being hounded, and he just chunks the ball up. He was trying to draw a foul, and there's basically another turnover. It will not count as a turnover because they'll probably call it a shot attempt, but it basically, in my eyes, is another turnover by the Warriors because it was another bad shot overall and good defense from the Kings. Malik Monk, he swings over to Trey Lyles, now over to Kevin Huerter. And I think they call a foul on the Warriors. It kind of bails out the Warriors there, because they potentially had an open 3 from Kevin Huerter in the left wing, but they do call the foul before the shot. So I think that it will be Kings basketball, no shot. I don't think there's any free throws either because of the fact that you have the Warriors not in the bonus yet. So still 9:23 to go in the second quarter, and the Warriors are down by 3. The Kings have the basketball. The Kings could be up by more, but they've turned the ball over a good bit as well. There's been a lot of fouls in this game, but De'Aaron Fox in the right corner. He's driving into the lane. He swings to Malik Monk again. He misses a 3 finally. He goes up in the middle of the lane. Now over to Kevin Huerter, and Kevin Huerter for 3. 33-27. 9 to go in the second quarter, and Kevin Huerter now has 5 points. He's 1 of 5 from 3, 2 of 6 from the field. He finally hits his first 3, and now the Warriors are down by 6. 9 to go in the second quarter. Jordan Poole trying to drive, and they do call a foul on De'Aaron Fox, and he does not like the foul call there. He was jumping up and down. He did not like it, but it will be a foul on him nonetheless. Jordan Poole was driving. He's one of the best at driving into the lane. You could potentially say he stepped out first, but I do think that Fox did influence him going out of bounds. A 16-4 run by the Kings, though. They are on a roll in the last 3 minutes of this game. Warriors still down 6. They take Poole out of the game. Now the Warriors are trying to find some offense. And another turnover. This is ridiculous. They are really struggling to take care of the basketball. De'Aaron Fox has the ball for the Kings. Now Malik Monk has it. Malik Monk trying to drive in the mid-range. His shot is off again. Maybe he's cooling off a little bit. Wiggins with the rebound. Now it's over to Moses Moody. Kuminga as well. He got the ball now. You've got Draymond Green with it. He's really good at passing the ball at the top of the key. And Klay Thompson's 3's off. Kuminga taps it back out. Curry has the ball. Back to Draymond Green. Now Klay Thompson has it in the mid-range. Great defense from the Kings. They're not a great defensive team, but they are smothering the Warriors right now. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Klay Thompson drives into the lane. He goes up strong, and he gets the layup to fall. That's a talented play by Klay Thompson. He's not just a shooter. 33-29. Now you've got De'Aaron Fox into the lane. And do they call an offensive foul? They do call an offensive foul on the Kings. So it's 33-29, and now the Warriors are getting the ball back. Will says, I wish I was at the game. Great atmosphere. Me as well. This is a fantastic atmosphere. You can tell the Kings really want to get this win. Their crowd is hungry. And the Warriors are only down by 4, and I think they have like 12 turnovers right now. They're really struggling. to be able to take care of the basketball. 8 to go in the second quarter, and you've got Curry with the basketball. He's back into the game. Hopefully he can take care of the basketball for the Warriors, and he gets a foul drawn against him. I think they called on Davion Mitchell there. So the fouls are starting to creep up a bit overall for the Kings. Kings are trying to do a good job of not fouling, but they are trying to stay in front of the Warriors, not allowing them to get easy buckets, but they have fouled a good bit in this game. Keegan Murray's back into the game. De'Aaron Fox will take a seat. Curry with the ball. Over to Clay. Back to Curry. Curry goes up strong, and Curry draws a foul. So Curry, I think, will have a couple free throws, and that is always a great offensive idea for the Warriors to get Curry downhill and get him to the line because he is a great free throw shooter. Buckeye Mike says, I wish I had cable to watch this game. For sure. I mean, it is a fantastic game so far. And you've got Curry at the line. His first free throw is up, and it is good. 33-30, 7:55 to go in the second quarter. And the Warriors, they've had an atrocious game taking care of the basketball, but they're only down by 3. That's not too bad. His second free throw is up, and Curry gets it to go. 33-31, 7:55 to go in the second quarter. Now you've got the Kings with the ball. Davion Mitchell, he has it, trying to make a move. Herter with the ball. He's being hounded, trying to look for Sabonis, but Sabonis is denied the basketball. Back up to Davion Mitchell, down to Sabonis. Sabonis is trying to make a move as well, but he's being guarded well by Draymond Green. Back out to Mitchell, and Davion Mitchell for 3. 36-31, 7:20 to go in the second quarter. And now you've got Curry with the basketball. The Warriors down by 5. The Kings are starting to get hot from 3. Curry in the corner, and he turns the basketball over. Almost a great pass by Curry, but in too much traffic. Now you've got Mitchell in the corner again for the Kings. He thought about taking the shot, but wisely kicks it back out. Herter with the ball. He takes a mid-range too, and Herter's shot is good. 38-31, and the Kings are really rolling right now. 6:50 to go in the second quarter. What are the Warriors going to do about their turnover problem and trying to slow down the Kings? The Kings are rolling. Almost another turnover, and it is another turnover. Kings basketball, and on the other end, Davion Mitchell with the slam dunk. 40-31, and I think the Golden State Warriors take another timeout. They cannot stop turning the basketball over. It's an epidemic. Curry's turning it over. Draymond Green's turning it over. Everybody's turning it over for the Warriors. And the Kings are taking advantage of it with breakaway dunks and big threes. And now the crowd is really engaged. 40-31. Sacramento is on a roll. And if the Warriors keep making as many mistakes as they are in this game, then I think there is a fantastic chance that the Kings go up 2-0 in this series. I'm really surprised that the Warriors are turning the basketball over this much. This is so unlike them. They're usually a team that does a great job of being able to take care of the ball with all the veterans that they have. But this is awful basketball all around, and they are just turning it over. And when Curry's turning it over, you know there are some issues. Buckeye Mike said, if Sacramento wins this game, is this the end this year for Golden State? I don't think so, because I still believe that the Warriors will have a great chance to win the 2 games at home, because like everyone said, they're a much worse team at home this year on the road for whatever reason. But at home, the Warriors are a great team. They just really struggle on the road this year. So if they're able to win the 2 games at home being down 0-2, they could get it back to 2-2 and then just have to win 1 road game. I don't think that the Warriors are out of it. But if they lose this game and then they lose the next game, they're done. They're 100% done. Basically around 99.9%, because when you go down 0-3, it's very hard to come back. We've rarely seen it. It's only happened like 1 time. So, yes, I would say if Sacramento wins this game, it's getting really close to the end for the Warriors, but it's not over yet because they can still win the 2 home games. But you are right, Mike. It is getting to maybe be a little bit of a panic mode time for the Warriors if they lose. Mike says probably won't because I'm on the phone, but if I could, I would. Thanks on using what Will said. That would really help out to be able to watch this game. But definitely thanks for being here, Mike. Thanks for being here, Will. Will says Draymond's had a bad series so far. And the thing about Draymond Green is he's such a polarizing player because he doesn't have the offensive ability of most guys that people talk about a lot as being important pieces to a team in the NBA. He's a good passer at times, and he also has great rebounding ability. He's just a really good team player, but he's not passing the ball well. He's making a lot of mistakes. And when he's not being an asset for the Warriors, it really hurts their team. He's kind of that gap player that does all of the things that Clay and Curry maybe can't at times. And he also really helps out Looney down low as well. But I think with him really struggling from the floor overall, not passing the ball, making a lot of mistakes, it's not going to bode well for the potential success overall for the Warriors to be able to win this series because of the fact that Draymond Green is not having a good series, and he is such a vital part to the team overall for the Warriors. They need him to play well because he does all the dirty things, the small things overall, the dirty work, the little things that the Warriors need to win. Kind of like what the Dennis Rodman provided for the Bulls back in the day, but he does different things. Maybe not as great of a rebounder, also more of a passer as well, but he does really struggle to shoot the ball. But Draymond Green just is not doing a good job overall being able to be that guy he normally is. And if he doesn't start to play better, then it could be an issue for the Warriors. Sometimes when he's really struggling, though, he starts to try to get into the opponent's head. So will he try to make a play where he gets into it with a player, maybe tries to get some technicals called? I don't know if he's going to do that, but it's going to be very interesting to see what he does because overall, Draymond Green, you don't want him to start trying to draw some technicals and get a fight to start. But Draymond Green is going to have to get involved in this game and start playing at a high level because if not, he is not the asset that the Warriors need on the floor. But Curry, he has the basketball. He needs to stop turning it over as well for the Warriors because the Sacramento Kings are playing some great basketball. Klay Thompson, his three is deflected. It is short, 40-31. Now Domantas Sabonis down the floor. And the Kings are really taking advantage of the Warriors' shortcomings. Sabonis with the ball. He's trying to go up strong. And there's a lot of contact down low, but they do not call any of the contact, and the ball will stay with the Kings. But there was so much contact on that drive. It was either a push-off on Sabonis or potentially a charge or a blocking foul down low on Looney. I don't know, but they didn't call either. That was a lot of contact. Oh, but they do call the ball off of the Kings. So it will be Warriors basketball. 6:15 to go in the second quarter, and now the Warriors have the ball down by 9. So that's a change of events there. It definitely looked like the Kings were going to get the ball back, but the Warriors got it. And down low, pull to Looney. And Looney with the big dunk, 40-33. The Warriors have cut it to 7. 5:50 to go in the second quarter. Now Davion Mitchell has the basketball. The Kings are up by 7. Herter with the ball, trying to make a move. He goes with a turnaround, and Herter gets the shot to fall. 42-33, and Kevin Huerter, he's had a much better game so far in Game 2 than he had in Game 1, which is going to be a big reason why the Kings will have a great chance to win. And now I think they call a foul on the Kings. I don't think there's free throws yet. There's been a lot of fouls so far on the Kings. Jackson, wow, the Kings are looking good right now. I agree with you. And it's all due to the Warriors not getting out of their own way. They're making a lot of mistakes. They're allowing the Kings to have success. Will it continue? It will be interesting to see for sure. But 5:38 to go in the second quarter, and the Warriors have a 9-point deficit. The Kings are on fire. The crowd's getting into it. And Malik Monk, he's playing really well, shooting a lot of big threes. De'Aaron Fox is doing some nice things. And when you get Kevin Huerter involved as well and Sabonis, the Kings have a really good team. Now you got Dante DiVincenzo back into the game for the Warriors. He inbounds the basketball. He swings over to Curry. Curry trying to drive on Huerter. He takes the step back three, and Curry with the big splash. 42-36, and Curry, what a step back three there. He's got 10 points. Maybe that's what the Warriors need right there. Sabonis with the basketball. Now he gets it over to Harrison Barnes. It's back out to Huerter. Huerter being guarded by Curry. Now Sabonis trying to drive on Looney. Sabonis goes up strong, and he misses the shot. Good defense by Looney, but almost a really good play by Sabonis down low. Now Jordan Poole has it. Jordan Poole being guarded by Harrison Barnes. Poole into the lane. Poole goes up with a wild shot, and I think they call an offensive foul on Looney. It was either on Poole or Looney, but regardless, it will be the Kings basketball. I think it might have been on Looney. He keeps pushing off on Sabonis. He's done that twice. He definitely needs to stop doing that. But, man, they're showing Malik Monk right now. He's had some big threes for the Kings. He's hit, I think, 3 or 4 threes in this game. He's on a roll, and a big reason why the Kings are winning this game right now. He has been fantastic overall, and Looney now has 3 fouls. Looney just cannot stop pushing off on Sabonis, and now he has 3 fouls. That's bad news for the Warriors, who are down by 6. Sabonis with the ball. Now he gets it to Malik Monk. Into the lane, back to Sabonis, and there is a foul and an and one. Sabonis with the 2 and 1, 44-36. 4:41 to go in the second quarter. Mike says Fox has really turned to quite a player for sure. Fox has a lot of sports now. It will be interesting to see maybe if they pick up the NBA eventually. Who knows? But definitely they are big in sports now. But Sabonis, he's at the line potentially to make the and one free throw. He has 4 points and 3 boards. He hasn't done much to contribute on the offensive end in this game, but he has played his role well overall. And his free throw is up, and his free throw is good. 45-36. 4:40 to go in the second quarter. 5 points for Sabonis, 9-point lead for the Kings, and the crowd is really loving what they're seeing from their team. Curry with the ball. He just hit a big step back 3. Curry trying to make a move. Swings over to DiVincenzo. Back to Curry. Curry trying to drive. He gets into the lane. He kicks in the corner, but they do call a foul before the pass in the corner to Wiggins. I don't know if finally the Kings are in the bonus. If they are, Curry will have 2 free throws, but I'm not 100% sure yet. But overall, there's been a lot of fouls on the Kings, so I wouldn't be a bit surprised if Curry will have a couple free throws because of the fact that there's been a lot of fouls, and it has to be time for foul shots for the Warriors. 45-36, Warriors down by 9, 4:24 to go in the second quarter, and yes, it is the bonus. It is the bonus for the Kings. So Curry will have a couple free throws, and he is usually money at the line. His first free throw is up and in. 45-37. And Curry, he's usually money at the line, so you would assume he would hit the second free throw as well. He's got 11 points. He's 3 of 7 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. His second free throw is up, and it's good as well. 45-38, 7-point deficit for the Warriors. Now De'Aaron Fox with the basketball for the Kings, and he's been playing some great basketball for the Kings in this game so far. Fox is trying to make a move. He's driving into the lane, and I think there is a foul on his drive. So it looks like De'Aaron Fox might have a couple free throws as well, so he's returning the favor. I don't know. It looked like Klay Thompson might have got all ball there. Fox was driving. Klay Thompson went up, and he got all ball, but maybe he got him with the other arm. It might look like he got him with the other arm, potentially a little bit there to potentially get that foul. He had all ball, but maybe he got him a little bit on the arm. But De'Aaron Fox, he's a pretty good free throw shooter as well. He's been really good overall at the line this season, and he's a great player for the Kings. He's improved year over year, and his first free throw is good. 46-38, 8-point lead for the Kings, 4:15 to go in the second quarter. And De'Aaron Fox, he will have another free throw. His second free throw is up, and it's good as well. Nice free throws by De'Aaron Fox, and that puts the Kings back up by 9, 47-38. Curry with the basketball. Fox is now up to 9 points and 4 assists, 3 of 7 from the field. Curry swings to DiVincenzo, back to Curry. Now it's back to DiVincenzo, to Gary Payton, the second in the corner, and Gary Payton cannot hit the shot. Kings with the ball. Fox bringing it up the floor to Malik Monk, and Monk's 3 is no good. Harrison Barnes tried to tip it in, could not get it to go, and Sabonis gets another rebound, and Sabonis gets fouled, so he'll have a couple of foul shots. Man, this game is going back and forth. So much action, but right now the Warriors are struggling to shoot the ball, and you've got some great play overall from the Kings on the offensive side and the defensive side of the floor. I think they're doing a pretty good job on defense, even though they're not a great defensive team statistically this year. Sabonis now has 7 points and 4 boards. 3 of 4 from the field. And Sabonis, his first free throw is up, and he does miss. That's a big miss. You got to make your free throws. But Sabonis, he will have another free throw to potentially be able to put the Kings up by double digits. That would be huge for the Kings' psyche to be able to get up by double digits on the Warriors and potentially be able to grow this lead before the half. And if they can, it'll go a long way toward the Kings being able to potentially win this game overall. But Golden State really struggling to take care of the basketball, really struggling on the offensive end in this game, and even on the defensive end as well. Not a good sign for the Warriors. But Sabonis, his second free throw is good. So it's 48-38, 3:50 to go in the second quarter, and Draymond Green, he has the basketball for the Warriors. He kicks over to Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson's been quiet. He's not scored in a while. Green has the ball. He kicks over to Wiggins. Wiggins with the mid-range and Wiggins with the made bucket. 48-40. Warriors back down by 8, 3:20 to go in the second quarter. Sabonis, he fakes the give to Mitchell. He does give the ball to Malik Monk. Back to Davion Mitchell. Mitchell driving the lane to Sabonis. Sabonis misses the shot, and the ball is off of the Warriors, so it will stay Kings basketball. Man, the Warriors just cannot catch a break overall. The Kings, every time the ball goes out of bounds, they get the ball back. They're getting to the foul line. The Kings are doing a great job out hustling right now on the Warriors. And Sabonis, he was wide open in the mid-range, and he knocks it down. 50-40, 3 to go in the second quarter, and that was a great shot by Sabonis. You left him open, and he makes you pay. Wiggins for 3, it's good. 50-43, that's a good sign for the Warriors to see Wiggins get a shot to fall. But Sabonis is starting to heat up for the Kings. Wiggins for the Warriors. Malik Monk with the ball. With those 3 made threes. Kicks to Sabonis. And a turnover for the Kings. Curry down the floor. Curry pulls from deep on a 3, and he misses. And Gary Payton misses the dunk, but there is a foul. 50-43, and Sabonis is holding his jaw. It looks like maybe he took some contact to the head. Hopefully he is okay. Overall for the Kings, you definitely don't want to see him banged up. It looks like when potentially he got banged up on the other end of the floor. Maybe an elbow landed on his head. But hopefully Sabonis is all right. He is still in a lot of pain. 50-43, Kings over the Warriors. 2:41 to go in the second. And Gary Payton, the second, he will have a couple of free throws. He had 8 points, 4 boards, and 2 steals in the game 1 loss to the Kings. And Gary Payton, his first free throw is good. It's 50-44. 2:41 to go in the second quarter. He'll have another free throw. Sabonis still looks a little banged up overall. Again, hopefully he will be okay. It looks like he is going to shake it off and remain in the games. That is great news for the Kings. And Payton, his second free throw is no good. You got to make your free throws. They can cost you in playoff games like the Raptors. 50-44. Malik Monk with the basketball, and there is a foul on Wiggins. Great job by Malik Monk drawing the foul there, trying to make a move around Wiggins, and that's always a good idea to be able to draw contact and be able to potentially get to the line if the other team's in the bonus. And I do think the Warriors are in the bonus. So I do think Monk will have free throws, and he does. Malik Monk's first free throw is up and good. 51-44, and you still see Sabonis holding his jaw. That's not a good sign, because if it keeps hurting overall for the Kings and it doesn't start to feel better as the course of this game goes, he is definitely going to be in pain for the rest of this game, and that will not help his level of play. Hopefully he will be okay for the Kings. But you do have Malik Monk hitting the second free throw. 52-44. 2:20 to go in the second quarter. Curry into the lane. Kicks out to Gary Payton for 3, and Gary Payton knocks down the 3. 52-47. 2:10 to go in the second quarter. Big shot by Gary Payton. Great pass by Curry. And the Warriors seem to be starting to not turn it over as much. But Malik Monk on the other end being hounded by Wiggins. Monk kicks to Fox. Almost a turnover. But Fox keeps the ball, and Fox's 3 is no good. Great look by Fox, but couldn't get the shot to drop. Now you've got Klay Thompson on the other end for the Warriors. He's trying to make a move. Swings to Draymond Green. Over to Wiggins. And Wiggins' 3 is short. Wiggins gets the ball back. Klay Thompson has it again. Klay Thompson being hounded, obviously, by Sabonis at the top of the key. Klay Thompson trying to make a move, and he turns it over, but they do call a foul. A foul on the Kings. Klay Thompson is fired up. There almost was another turnover. Thought it was great defense from the Kings, but they do call a foul with a little bit of over-aggressiveness. And I see it right there. De'Aaron Fox, he did foul Klay Thompson on the arm. Yeah, Fox is upset, and I don't blame him, because sometimes they don't call a foul there, but that was a foul. 1:40 to go in the second quarter. Klay Thompson's first free throw is up, and it's good. And you don't want to foul these guys. You just cannot foul Klay Thompson, Curry, or Poole. They're going to make their free throws almost every time. But you're going to have another free throw from Klay Thompson. And the deficit is down to 4 as it stands. And his second free throw is up. And Klay Thompson gets the second free throw to drop. 52-49, 3-point game. And De'Aaron Fox now has 3 fouls. That's not a good sign for the Kings. You don't want your stars getting in foul trouble. Davion Mitchell with the ball. Swings over to Harrison Barnes. It's been a fantastic first half Barnes is trying to drive into the lane. He goes up strong. His shot is no good. And Draymond Green almost gets the rebound, but it's back to Harrison Barnes. Now in the corner, Davion Mitchell's three. It's no good. Klay Thompson with the board. Curry with the basketball. The Warriors are down by 3. Curry with the step back. And Curry with the three. 52-52. 1 to go in the second quarter, and we have a tie game. This game is going back and forth, and it could potentially be a game that goes down the wire again in the fourth quarter like the first game was. But the ball is out of bounds off of the Warriors. It will stay Kings basketball. It's 52-52 with 57 seconds left. What a game. Both teams playing at a high level. There's a lot of turnovers, but there's also been a lot of effort been displayed. Sabonis kicks to Mitchell. 50 seconds left in the second quarter. Mitchell's driving. Mitchell kicks out, and there's a foul. They do call a foul on Curry, and Curry does not like the foul. They almost thought they were going to have an over and back. Thought Mitchell threw it away, but they do call a foul on Curry. 49 seconds left. And I think Davion Mitchell will have a couple of free throws. I think he is a really solid free throw shooter. Most guys in the NBA are really good at the free throw line, so we'll see if he is able to knock them down. Davion Mitchell, his first free throw is up, and it is good. 53-52, and the Kings retake the lead after the Warriors have just tied the game up. 49 seconds left. In the second quarter, Warriors are now down by 1 again, and Davion Mitchell will have another free throw to potentially put the Kings up by 2. He's got 8 points in 11 minutes. He's had a solid first half. His free throw is up and good. He's got 9 points, and he's only averaging 6 points per game this season, so he's doing a really good job. 12-4 run by the Warriors, however. Even though the Kings are back up by 2, the Warriors have been on a big run to get back in the game. Curry throws it away, try to get to Draymond, but a turnover. Harrison Barnes on the other end, and Harrison Barnes with the massive slam dunk, 56-52. That might be SportsCenter top 10. What a dunk by Harrison Barnes, and the Kings fans are back on their feet. And Curry almost tried to silence him with a three, but he could not make the shot. And now the Kings are grabbing the momentum again right before the half. 20 seconds left. What a dunk by Harrison Barnes. That was unbelievable. Malik Monk, he's got the basketball trying to make a move. Swings over to Herter. Herter's three is short. Sabonis with the offensive rebound, but he can't make the shot. But there is a foul with 4.9 seconds left on the shot clock. And Sabonis is getting banged up down there. He has suffered a lot of contact in this game. He definitely needs to be careful. You don't want him getting hurt, specifically in the fact that the Kings are going to have him for the rest of this series and beyond. If they're able to win this series, you don't want him getting hurt. But, man, this is tough. Sabonis, he is still banged up trying to shake it off. It looks like his arm is hurt a little bit as well. He has 10 points and 5 rebounds. He's 4 of 6 from the field. It looks like he's banged up everywhere, to be honest. He looks like he's shaking his leg as well. His first free throw, he's about to shoot it up to see if he can put the Kings up by 5, and his first free throw is good. 57-52, and a nice 5-0 response from the Kings after the Warriors tied the game. Lyles is back into the game for the Kings. 4.9 seconds left in the second quarter. Sabonis will have another free throw to potentially put the Kings up by 6 before the half, unless the Warriors can somehow score again. Sabonis, his free throw is up, and his free throw is good. So a 6-point lead, 58-52, Kings over the Warriors. Last second attempt before the half. Klay Thompson tries to get a shot up, and he does not. Great defense from the Kings, and that is your halftime score. 58-52 at the half. The Kings had a great response. Their 6-0 run before the half to go back in front, and if they can play like this for another 24 minutes, they will have a great chance to be able to win this game and have a great chance to win the series. Because then the Warriors will be down 0-2. Obviously, they'll be back home for the next 2 games, but it's never good to be down 0-2. Buckeye Mike says, I think that one-legged 3 in game 1 was not necessarily needed. Sometimes the Warriors take bad shots. And that is due to the fact that they are a team that shoots so many threes, and they have so many guys that are capable of shooting the 3, specifically Stephon Curry and Klay Thompson. It's very unfortunate, as great as shooters as they are, sometimes the type shots they make. I know that they can hit them. We've seen Curry hit some ridiculous shots before, but you still got to take good shots. You don't want to take bad shots because sometimes a bad shot is just like a turnover. But I do think that overall it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with the Warriors in the second half, because I felt like at the end of the second quarter, their offense did start to play better. They weren't turning it over as much. They still had a couple lapses, but they did seem to improve on not turning the ball over overall. They seem to do a better job of taking care of the ball. And I think that will be a big reason why the Warriors are potentially able to win this game, is if they don't turn it over, take good shots, I think they could win. But if the Kings can continue to turn over the Warriors, keep their crowd involved, because as long as the Kings are ahead, the Sacramento King crowd will be loud, and I think that that will help the Kings get this win as long as they continue to take good shots, get to the line, something they did a lot in that first half, and they were making their free throws, which is always a good sign. And they can continue to do that, I do think that they will be in great shape overall to potentially win this game. And they won the first game. It wasn't, an easy win. They won 126-123. And yes, it took 32 points from Malik Monk, but it does seem like the Kings are doing a better job on the defensive end, unless it's just the Warriors making a lot of mistakes. But I do think the Kings defense has played a role in the turnovers that the Warriors have done. It definitely has played a part. But can the Kings continue their high level of play? Who knows? It's going to be very interesting to see what happens for sure. I'm really looking forward to being able to see what happens overall with this game in the second half. I think it should be very interesting for sure. It should be a game that hopefully goes down to the wire. I think it could. I think the way these teams are playing, there is a great chance that it goes down to the wire and you potentially see a back and forth affair all the way to the last minute, like the first game. And it's either going to be the Warriors find a way to win or the Kings are now going to be up 2-0. It's going to be very interesting. I'm looking forward to the rest of this game. Will and D says, reminder, free throws are free. Michael Jordan said you got to make your free throws. They are free for sure. I completely agree with you, Will. You got to make your free throws. When you're at the line and you are a guard, you got to make your free throws. When you're a center, I can understand it's harder to make free throws when you're tall and you're a center. But overall, you still have to be able to shoot a respectable percentage. You are in the NBA after all. You are a professional athlete after all. You've got to be able to shoot at least 68, 70% of the line if you're a center. And if you're a guard, you want to be shooting over 80% in the NBA. You're playing basketball for a living. You think you would improve at the line, as time would go on, the longer you're in the league. Some guys just never get good at the line. Some guys just continue to struggle overall. But sometimes, as cliche as it is, the team that shoots better at the free throw line wins the game. Sometimes it's turnovers. Sometimes the team with the fewest turnovers. But sometimes it's just the team that shoots better at the line. And I think you look again at the Raptors-Bulls, that game was specifically a game that came down to free throws. The Raptors missed way too many free throws, and the Bulls hit theirs. And even though you have DeMar DeRozan's daughter that was the center of the attention on that, maybe that actually did play a role in why the Raptors missed so many free throws. But it does make a difference when you're not hitting free throws. You're giving away points. You're leaving points on the table. And that's how you lose games, when you leave stuff on the table, possessions, points, whatever it may be. Will says, Mike Brown has been the assistant and at some point coach of the Warriors last 6 years. He knows every set they run that might be part of their turnover issues. That is a good point. That is a really good underrated point there. That makes a lot of sense for sure. Great. Thank you for bringing that up, Will. I think that when you do know a team schemes, it does make a difference. That makes a lot of sense. Sometimes when you know a team's schemes and what they're capable of, or you just know a team in general, especially when you have coached on that sideline before in the past, it can make it a lot easier for you to be able to slow down and stop what they're usually good at doing. And you see the Kings, they're doing that. All of the passing lanes that Curry normally would be able to whip those passes in there and be able to get open shots, they're not happening. He's not getting the ball to his teammates. Those are turnovers. Draymond Green's turned it over several times. So it's going to be very interesting. Can the Warriors keep the turnovers low in the second half, or will they continue to struggle on the turnovers in the second half and not be able to win this game? Because I think that overall, if their turnovers continue to be high in the second half, if they get up to around 20 to 25 turnovers, they're not going to be able to win this game. They're going to have to be able to not turn the basketball over, take better shots, and they're going to have to defend at a higher level. I feel like the Kings are kind of having their way overall in this game. I think that the Kings are doing a really good job of being able to get a lot of fast break opportunities, and those fast break opportunities are leading to some easy scores. You look at the Warriors are having to take a lot of tough shots. The Kings are getting a lot of easy shots. And since they're getting a lot of easy shots, it's really helping out the Kings build confidence to be able to take those easy shots and then make threes. You look at overall a team that's really confident and being able to make a lot of shots, you're able to then therefore be able to extend that range. If you're hitting mid-range shots, if you're getting to the rim and getting dunks and layups, if you're making free throws, then you can extend it to the three-point line. I think that the Kings got this game going by hitting a lot of close shots. And then they started to turn that around and they started making some threes. I think that's a big key. The Warriors, they were trying to hit some threes to be able to get them going. And sometimes they're able to hit them. And when you're the Warriors and you're a team that's able to hit as many threes as you do, sometimes that's all it takes. You can just get going that way. But I still believe in driving into the lane, getting to the foul line. I still believe in taking good shots before you take the threes. I think the Warriors need to take better shots, try to get into the lane, and be able to get some easier buckets like the Kings did in that first half. And a lot of the Kings scores that have been easy have been off turnovers. They've been able to take advantage of the fact that you've been having a lot of turnovers by the Warriors. And I don't think that the Warriors have necessarily taken advantage of the Kings' turnovers. The Kings have turned it over a decent amount themselves, but you haven't seen a lot of leak outs down the floor and the Warriors getting some easy dunks and layups. There hasn't been that many. So it will be interesting. Trent Verano, again, he says when you live by three and die by it can make for an exciting game. For sure, because when you have a team like the Warriors that do rely on the three-point line so much, sometimes they can just be off and you're not making those threes, but then you eventually do. And once you start making those threes, you could be down by 10, 15 points and then eventually just go on a big run and be able to get back in the game with like 5 to go. We've seen the Warriors be down big in games and then they can come back. So this 6-point deficit is nothing overall. But the fact that, as a lot of people mentioned earlier, the Warriors have struggled on the road this season and it's kind of carrying over in this game and they're turning it over a lot. To Will's point, it maybe can be because Mike Brown knows the team very well. But the Warriors are going to have to stop being sloppy. I think they're going to have to improve their shot selection, take better shots, and not just hope that they can just keep chunking threes and eventually they will go. But I do agree with you 100%. It's going to be very interesting to see. I'm really looking forward to the second half. I think that the potential of this game being a classic like the first game is very high. Both these teams are matching up really well with each other. And the fact that the Warriors are the Warriors, they're still an experienced basketball team, and they're very capable of winning games like this. Even though they lost the first game, I think they really can win this game still. I think the Sacramento is a very opportunistic basketball team. Their home crowd is really playing a part in doing some big things overall. I'm really liking what I am seeing from the Kings home crowd. They are actually doing a great job helping their team. You look at a lot of teams in the NBA that don't have great crowds. Like Miami, their home crowd is sometimes very weak, which is very unfortunate. I think that the Heat have the potential to have a great home crowd, but sometimes they're not always sold out. The Kings, it is a great crowd. And that is big. When you are supporting your team, and the Kings have not been to the NBA playoffs since 2006, the fact you have that crowd out there being as loud as they are, supporting the team, that is big for that. The confidence of players like De'Aaron Fox, Malik Monk, and some of the other players to really play well. You feed off that crowd energy, and it really impacts and disrupts the other team. And you can tell that the Warriors are really kind of letting that crowd get to them, and the pressure of the Kings get to them. And they're turning over a lot. Even Curry. Curry is a fantastic passer, but you can even tell he's a bit rattled at times. He's kind of turned the basketball over a little bit more than he normally does, and that's very unlike him. And it's going to be very interesting to see if they can dial back on the turnovers. Can they find a way do not turn the basketball over as much, do whatever they possibly can to limit the turnovers. And I think if they can, they'll have a good chance to win. But I'm not liking what I'm seeing from the Warriors. They're going to have to do a better job. Edwards said, but the Golden State Warriors have been turning the ball over like this all year. They are the number one or two most turnovers per game. They've been averaging like 16 or 17 turnovers a game. And to Edwards' point, he's mentioned several times, he mentions again, you are right. They have turned it over a lot this season. But why is a good question. I don't know why that is. Because you look at the Warriors in the past, they used to be a fantastic team at not turning it over. I don't know why they're turning it over more than they used to. Maybe it's just because of the fact they've been together for so long and they feel like things can kind of come easy to them. I don't know, but it's very interesting because the Warriors used to never turn it over as much. They are a team that passes the ball so much. The more you pass, the more you're going to turn it over. It's almost like when you play in football, the more passes a quarterback throws, the better chance he's going to have of eventually throwing a pick. Because you're putting the ball in the air more bad things could go wrong. So yes, if you pass the ball more around the floor, there's going to be the potential for turnovers. But the fact that the Warriors have been turning the ball over so much this year is crazy. Granted, Curry was out for a while. Maybe that impacted the turnover percentage, but even Curry's struggling to not turn the ball over in this game. So, Edward, you have a great point. It will be interesting to see for sure what the Warriors do in the second half. Can they find a way to not turn the ball over and get this win, or will they keep turning it over and let the Kings go up 2-0? And I think the bigger thing will be, if the Kings go up 2-0, will the Kings win the series? Is it already in the bag? Will the Kings easily win this series 3-1, 4-0, or whatever? I don't know. Because the Warriors have been a much better team at home. They're still a very dangerous team at home. They struggled on the road much more than they struggled at home. So will the Warriors be able to win the 2 games that they have at home if they're down 0-2? Because if they can, they'll be right back in it. It'll be 2-2. And then they'll just have to find a way to win a road game. I don't know what's going to happen. Obviously, no one knows what's going to happen in the future of these series, but that's what makes the NBA playoffs so much fun. Even though March Madness is awesome with the single elimination, that is a whole other story in its own. That is an awesome tournament in its own right. To some, it could be the best. But in the NBA, you do have the intrigue of the 7-game series and being able to see if you're down 0-2, can you come back? And we've seen a lot of teams come back from down 0-2. So I think even though the Kings will be in great shape overall if they win this game, you definitely don't want to get ahead of yourself and say, oh, the Kings are up 2-0, it's over. They're going to win. I think that the Warriors are still not out of it. But if they go down 3-0, then it will be extremely difficult. But I do think the fact that the Kings are in this position, as much as we want to talk about the Warriors and how they're struggling overall and everything, the Kings being in this position, the fact they're a 3 seed when they haven't even made the playoffs since 2006, you would think, oh, the Kings are back in the playoff and they're in the playing game. No, they're a 3 seed. They belong here. They are a really good basketball team. It's not a fluke that they had the record they had. They've had a great year. And they're a team that's wanting to prove to the NBA world and any sports fan in general that they belong. And I think they're doing a great job of it in this game, and they've done a great job of it all season long. And it's been awesome to see the Kings be really good because they've had such a long NBA playoff drought. And I think looking at the Sacramento Kings, the way that they're, playing this inspired basketball so far in this series, it gives you the confidence they can win this series. And it will be a big feat because the Warriors, it's not like they're down a big player like Paul George or potentially now Ja Morant for the Grizzlies. The Warriors have their team. And yeah, Curry got, banged up earlier in the game, and he's still being really effective. But I do think that the Kings are for real, and they're trying to prove that. And I do think they are for real. For a long time this season, I was kind of a little doubtful on. Maybe it was just an early season, success story that they were playing really well, and then they kind of fade down the stretch. The Kings play well from the beginning of the season to the end of the season, and they're a 3 seed in the loaded West. Maybe the West doesn't have the top end, type teams like the Bucks and Celtics, but even the Bucks could have some issues without Giannis Antetokounmpo if he can't return, but it looks like maybe he will, but it will be interesting to see what happens there. But I think that the West, it was way more balanced this year, which maybe helped a team like the Kings be able to beat some of the teams that maybe weren't toward the top, maybe not as talented, but they were kind of more on their level. But the Kings made a massive jump from last year to this year. The Domantas Sabonis trade was huge. I thought Buddy Hield was a really good player next to De'Aaron Fox, but they never could get some wins. But now they have a good basketball team. Malik Monk is improving. Kevin Huerter, they got him as well. He's doing really well. So it's been, a massive success story for the Kings, and they are a great team. As Edward says right here, West is not as good as the East this year. It's not been as good at all. I completely agree. I think that the East has more at the top. And even look at the 76ers. The way they're playing, the 76ers could potentially be for real. But I do think that overall, looking at, the West, it's still a deep conference. It maybe doesn't have the top in town, but it's very deep. A lot of teams were good. But you are right. I think that potentially helped the Kings in the fact that it maybe wasn't as, top heavy. Will says, oh, okay, I only watch the playoffs for NBA. A lot of people do. You look at March Madness, which I think is crazy. But a lot of people are different. Some people only watch March Madness. They won't watch college basketball in the regular season. They only watch March Madness. And then in the NBA, a lot of people don't watch the regular season. They'll watch the playoffs. And there's no big deal with that. Obviously, it's the best part for sure for a lot of people. But the regular season has a lot of interest as well. But for a lot of people, it's definitely wild to know that they don't watch the regular season. Nothing wrong with it at all. The playoffs and March Madness are so awesome to watch, and I don't blame people for only watching it, but it's very interesting for sure when the regular season is great as well. Trent Veron says G's will take Game 3 off Sheer Energy, and Game 4 Kings bench hope take over. And it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. I think that, you never want to overlook a game. You never want to be able to sit some players and then potentially lose a game. But if you have some injuries, you need some rest, and you're up big, maybe you can do that. But this is going to be a massive second half for the Warriors. You don't want to go down 0-2. And for the Kings, if you can go up 2-0 on the Warriors, it will go a long way in potentially having the Kings win this series. And maybe they can do some special things in this NBA playoffs and maybe make a run toward the Western Conference Finals. But this feels like a finals game here, the way that these two teams are playing. But you have De'Aaron Fox. He has the basketball to start the third quarter and the second half for the Kings. Sabonis with the basketball. He had a really solid second quarter. Sabonis, he kicks to Huerter. Huerter's had some good moments for the Kings to start this playoff series, especially in this game. He's had a really good second game. The first game he was solid but didn't play as well, but he's been a really solid contributor overall for the Kings. But I do think that they call potentially the ball off of the Warriors, so it will stay Kings basketball, 58-52. 11:39 to go in the third quarter. Harrison Barnes inbounds to Sabonis. Now it's over to Keegan Murray. He's been very solid in this game. He has not had a lot of shot attempts in this game. Sabonis is driving in the lane. Sabonis goes up strong, and his shot almost drops, but it will not roll in. That was a very stubborn ball there. Just could not get it to fall. 58-52. 11:20 to go in the third quarter. Now you've got Draymond Green. He's got the basketball, and he kicks over to Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson back to Draymond Green. He won't shoot the three, even though he was open. Back to Klay. Swinging the ball around the perimeter for the Warriors, and almost another turnover for the Warriors, and it is another turnover. A shot clock violation, and the Warriors just cannot get out of their own way. They keep turning the basketball over. Great defense yet again by the Sacramento Kings. Draymond Green is in disbelief. 11 to go in the third, and the Kings have the ball. De'Aaron Fox has the ball, making a move, kicks to Harrison Barnes, and Harrison Barnes, they call a foul on the three. And now Harrison Barnes will have 3 free throws. Unbelievable. Cannot foul on a three. And I think that is what Draymond Green did. So now you've got the Kings going to the line. And that is the 4th foul on Draymond Green. That is not what you want to see. The Kings are happy. The fans are happy seeing Draymond Green with the 4th foul there. But he is going to have to go to the bench. But Harrison Barnes misses the first free throw. Got to make your free throws. And Harrison Barnes, he is definitely a capable free throw shooter, but he misses one there. Definitely cannot be perfect at the line, but you got to make your free throws if you do want to win the playoff series. And Barnes misses the second. He's 0 of 2 at the line. Really struggling at the line right now is Harrison Barnes. Can he hit the last free throw to put the Kings up by a 3-score lead? 10:56 to go in the third quarter. Barnes is 4 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 steals. And his last free throw does go in. So he does not go 0 for 3. He finally hits one. 59-52, 10:50 to go in the third quarter. Curry with the basketball. I think they do bring Moses Moody into the game because Green is out. Now you've got Looney, kicks the ball down low to Wiggins on the left block. Wiggins goes up strong, and Wiggins for 2. 59-54, and finally the Warriors get another bucket. Still some great defense being played by the Kings overall, but finally Wiggins can get that score. Now De'Aaron Fox on the other end. His shot does not drop, but there is a foul on the floor. A foul on the Warriors. There's been a lot of fouls in this game. I think it has been a byproduct of how hard both these teams are playing. That's why the fouls are high. But both teams got into the bonus quickly in that second quarter, and the fouls are starting to mount, most notably with Draymond Green with 4 fouls for the Warriors. But Harrison Barnes, He is inbounding the basketball for the Kings. He kicks to Sabonis. Now it's over to Keegan Murray. Can Keegan Murray get going? And Huerter's three does not count because there might be another foul on the floor on the Warriors. This is unbelievable. The Warriors are getting so many fouls called against, and they just cannot stop fouling. It's really bailing out the Kings here because the Kings cannot get an offensive possession right now together, and potentially will easily get the Warriors into the bonus quickly and get the Kings to the line. Not smart by the Warriors doing all these fouls. Huerter inbounds the ball to Sabonis. 5-point lead for the Kings. Huerter with the basketball. Huerter drives in the lane, and Huerter goes up, and I think they might have called an offensive foul this time on the Kings, or do they call a foul on the Warriors? Trying to see. Huerter was driving into the lane. He goes up strong, and I think there was a foul on the weak side on Wiggins. So it will be free throws for the Kings, and the Warriors are already in the bonus. That is an awful sign for the Warriors. They're already in the bonus just a minute and a half into the third quarter, and Huerter's free throw is no good, the first one. So the Kings are now starting to miss some valuable free throws that could have put them up by more in this game. Got to make your free throws. You do not want to leave points on the table if you want to get this win. Most times spent in bonus per game, the Kings, they showed, are fifth in the NBA with that. They're good at drawing fouls. Huerter does hit the second free throw, so that puts the Kings up by 6, 60-54, 10-15 to go in the third. Huerter has 10 points. Curry trying to get something going for the Warriors. Moses Moody, he misses a three, and now Keegan Murray with the rebound. Still a 6-point lead for the Kings, 60-54. De'Aaron Fox into the lane for the mid-range shot, and it's money. 62-54. 9:50 to go in the third quarter. Great shot by De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox has improved so much in all facets of the game this season. He has 11 points and 4 assists in this game. Now you have Looney with the ball down low, and his shot does not drop, but Moses Moody with the tap back. 62-56. Warriors still down by 6. De'Aaron Fox on the other end of the floor. Kicks to Huerter, and Huerter's three is good. 65-56. 9:20 to go in the third quarter. What a three by Huerter. And the Warriors just cannot get stops right now. They're doing everything they possibly can, but the Sacramento Kings are on a roll. They're hitting threes. They're hitting mid-range shots. They're getting to the rim. They're hitting free throws. Wiggins for three, though, with the big response for the Warriors, 65-59, but the Kings are doing everything right now. De'Aaron Fox into the lane. Sabonis for two, and Sabonis lays it in. 67-59. This game is going back and forth now. Not a lot of defense. Sabonis has 14 points and 5 boards now. Warriors are down by 8. 8:50 to go in the third quarter. Curry has the basketball being guarded by Huerter. Curry dribbling between his legs. Kicks to Klay Thompson. Thompson in the lane to Looney, and Looney's layup is good. 67-61, back down to 6. Now the Kings are bringing the ball back down the floor. De'Aaron Fox takes a mid-range two. It's no good. Klay Thompson with the board. 8:20 to go in the third. Klay Thompson with the ball at the top of the key, and there is a quick foul with Curry trying to go off a ball screen, and Huerter grabbed him just a little bit, and there is a foul there. So that's the first foul on the Kings this quarter. That was a big three for Wiggins, though. But then Sabonis on the other end, solid as ever, laying it in. He already has more points in this game than he had in the first game in this series. That's huge for the Kings to be able to get that much scoring out of Sabonis. Huerter now has 3 fouls. Again, the fouls are mounting up for both teams. Klay Thompson shoots a three, and it's good. And the Warriors have cut it to 3. 67-64. 8 to go in the third quarter. The Splash Brothers are starting to get going. But then on the other end, De'Aaron Fox for 2. 69-64. And the crowd's back on their feet. What a shot by De'Aaron Fox. He is smooth as ever getting in the lane and hitting that mid-range shot. That's a tough shot. And a steal. Sabonis gets the steal from Fox. Fox kicks to Huerter, and Huerter's three is off. Huerter had a great look that could have put the Kings back up by 8. Now the Warriors back down the floor. Curry with the ball. Into the lane. Curry trying to draw some contact. Doesn't get it there. Wiggins for 3. It's no good. And now Huerter with the board. Huerter bringing the ball up the floor. Driving on Klay Thompson. Huerter goes up strong. No foul there, but then on the opposite side, Keegan Murray with the rebound, and he is fouled. So Keegan Murray will have a couple of free throws. A really good weak side rebound by Keegan Murray. Ever alert on that play. But both teams doing a great job of getting the hustle plays, getting some rebounds on the glass. Kings maybe doing it a little bit better than the Warriors. But Keegan Murray, his first free throw is up and good. 70-64, 7:22 to go in the third quarter. Right now, they're showing that the spread at the beginning of the game was -2 for the Warriors. Now it's +2.5 for the Kings. Kings are doing a great job, and Looney now has 4 fouls for the Warriors. Now Draymond Green and Kevon Looney both have 4 fouls. That's bad news for the Warriors, and Keegan Murray will have another free throw. His free throw is up and good. He is a good free throw shooter. He was a fantastic player out of Iowa, taken 5th in the draft this past season. 71-64, 7:10 to go in the third quarter. Klay Thompson to Looney. Now to Wiggins. He had a big shot from 3 a couple possessions ago. DiVincenzo with the behind-the-back pass to Klay Thompson, and the 3 is no good. And Harrison Barnes with the rebound. 71-64. 6:50 to go in the third quarter. Barnes is trying to drive on Curry. Barnes going up strong. Barnes' shot is no good. And Sabonis with the rebound. And there is a foul, I think, on the Warriors. That is a great play by Sabonis being able to get that rebound. Sabonis is playing really hard right now, getting all the rebounds. And they've called the 5th personal foul on Kevon Looney. They did not take Looney out of the game, and he now has 5 personal fouls. What are the Warriors going to do down low in the post? Sabonis could really dominate now that the Warriors have foul trouble with Looney. That is some bad news. But great decision by Sabonis to go after that ball and draw that foul on Looney. 71-64, and the Kings are in great shape right now. Unless the Splash Brothers can get going for the Warriors, it definitely is looking really good for the Kings. Still a lot of time in this game, but foul trouble is mounting for the Warriors. They're still turning it over. They're starting to hit some shots, but the Kings look very confident. All their players up and down the roster that have come into the game have done something right coming in, and they're playing at a high level. And that is a good sign overall if you are a Sacramento Kings fan. The crowd is engaged. They're playing at a high level. Things are looking really good. This has been a high-level game between both of these teams. Still crazy that the Kings are the higher seed. Still crazy they're in the playoffs, but they are a fun team to watch. De'Aaron Fox can get a bucket whenever he wants. Domantas Sabonis is dominating down low. He's gotten the Warriors in some foul trouble. And then you've got Malik Monk hitting some big shots as well. Herter, just some really good players overall playing at a high level for the Kings. And the amount of confidence that they are displaying is really fun to see, specifically in the fact that they haven't been here before. So they're so happy to be here. And they're playing so hard. It's just really cool to see. But then you've got the Warriors. They're the veteran team. They have the experience, but they're definitely struggling right now. And the Warriors have been a team that have struggled on the road this season, as a lot of people have documented. And they have, again, in this game. They've struggled with turnovers, and they have turned the ball over a lot in this game. If they could try to limit their turnovers, I think that would really help potentially them be able to win this game, because they are starting to shoot the ball better, but they still cannot keep the turnovers to a minimum. You got to be able to take care of the basketball in a road environment, specifically in the playoffs against a Kings team that is no joke. They are playing some high-level basketball. You just can't turn the ball over as much as the Warriors have turned the ball over in this game. They just keep turning it over. They're not handling the basketball well, and that's shocking coming from the veteran team. The Kings are the ones that should be turning it over more. They're the team that has the youth. They're the team that has the players that have never been in the playoffs before. That should be a sign right there that the Kings would be the one having more turnovers. They have turned the ball over a decent amount in this game. It's not like they played perfectly or anything, but it's just the fact that the Warriors are turning it over so much and making so many mistakes. It's just really shocking to see, something we're not used to. And yes, they have turned it over all season, but it's just been so wild to watch the Warriors this year really struggle to take care of the basketball. It's not something that they normally do. But how the Warriors play the final, rounds, 19 minutes of this game is really going to determine whether they win this game and potentially whether they are able to win this series. Because if they keep being sloppy with it and taking bad shots, they're not going to be able to win this series because they're going to have to go back to the Kings. Even if they can win their home games, they're going to have to be able to win a game at the Kings to win this series. And Sacramento, they're playing some very inspiring basketball. They want to win this series, and they look like a team that's definitely going to give it everything they've got to win this series to show they belong. And I think they have a great chance to do that because they are playing at a high level. Mike Brown is coaching them up on the sideline, getting them ready to go for this next possession. And they are playing very inspired basketball. And they look like one of the teams that is playing harder than almost any team in the NBA right now. But back to the action. Sabonis at the line for his first free throw, and it is up. And it is good. 72-64. And now it is an 8-point lead right now for the Kings. 6:51 to go in the third. Warriors still struggling to take care of the basketball. The Kings will have another free throw with Sabonis. His second free throw. It is up and it is good. He struggled at the line in this game a bit. He's missed a couple, but he was able to hit both of them there. The second one was a bit shaky, but he got it to drop. 73-64. Kings are 6-9 at the line this quarter. Warriors are 0-0. And there is an offensive foul on the Warriors. Another turnover. They just cannot stop turning the basketball over. They call that one on Dante DiVincenzo trying to set a ball screen for Curry. What a drawn foul by Davion Mitchell, who's had a really solid game for the Kings, a very underrated performance. Now you've got Davion Mitchell with the basketball, swings over to Herter. Now to Sabonis. Sabonis on the left wing, driving on Draymond Green, kicks to Harrison Barnes. Barnes' three is short. Dante DiVincenzo with the basketball. He's bringing the ball up the floor. Kicks over to Draymond Green. He's being guarded by Sabonis. Now Curry. And there is a foul on the Kings. Edwards says Golden State is going to be interesting the next couple of years because they don't have a ton of young talent, just a team of old players. That's a really interesting point. You look at the Kings. Sabonis 26, Fox 25, Malik Monk 25, Herter 24, Mitchell 24, Murray 22. Really young players. And to your point, Golden State is an older team. They could be kind of like the Lakers where they had a lot of older players and they had to kind of downsize a bit and get some younger players on their team to fuse with LeBron James. They had a lot of older players. And older players are great with the experience, but it's tough to be able to beat some of the young teams that have the vigor and energy. And you can tell the Kings have that in spades. Sabonis kicks over to Herter. Herter's shot is good in the mid-range. 75-64. 5:50 to go in the third quarter. And the Warriors are now down by 11 again. Herter with 15 points, 6 of 14 from the field, 2 of 9 from three. He's playing some solid basketball. Curry trying to find a lane. He kicks to Draymond Green. Now over to Wiggins. And they do call a travel on Wiggins. 75-64, 5:34 to go in the third quarter. And things are going from bad to worse for the Warriors. They're starting to get into some foul trouble. And now they're starting to turn it over even more, and they're really struggling. Trent Verano, he says Kings are the second youngest. I believe OKC being number one. I can see that. Definitely Oklahoma City's young. Houston's young as well. But the Kings are also young. All three of the teams are young, but the Kings are good, unlike those other two teams. Thunder was solid. Thunder actually made the playoffs in the play-in tournament because the Mavericks collapsed. But they still have a long way to go, and the Rockets definitely need a lot of work. Spurs are young too, and they were really bad as well. Malik Monk in the corner. His three does not drop. But the Kings keep the basketball. And Sabonis, he ends up with it, taking it from Curry. And Sabonis, 4-2, 77-64, under 5 to go in the third quarter. 4:50 to go in the third, a 10-0 run by the Kings. They have gone on a 10-0 run the last 3 minutes of this game to blow this lead open to 13 after the Warriors had it down to 3. What a run by the Kings. The crowd is engaged. DiVincenzo to Jordan Poole. Down to Wiggins. Wiggins in the mid-range. He knocks down the shot. Good shot by Wiggins. 77-66. But the Warriors are in trouble. The Kings are on a roll. Wiggins is 14 points and 3 boards. Herter with the basketball for the Kings. He makes a move on Poole. Down to Sabonis. Now it's over to Malik Monk, and Malik Monk for 2. 79-66. 4 to go in the third. Monk has 13 points. He's 4 of 8 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3. Draymond Green into the lane. Kicks to Wiggins to Poole. Now down to DiVincenzo and Draymond Green. He gets the foul drawn against him. Green will have a couple free throws. So some good passing from the Warriors finally after a lot of turnovers. But man, the Kings are playing some suffocating defense. And what a layup by Malik Monk. He drove into the lane, and that was a fantastic layup. He avoided the contact, and he got the layup to drop. But now Draymond Green, he is at the line. His first free throw is up, and it's good. So it's 79-67, 3:58 to go in the third quarter. Still plenty of time in this game for the Warriors, but the Kings are in great shape. They can just keep playing at the level that they are playing right now. They're playing some high-level basketball and giving the Warriors fits in this game. Klay Thompson's not happy on the sideline. Look at that crowd. Draymond Green getting the ball for his second free throw. His second free throw is up, and his second free throw is no good. He misses. 79-67, 3:50 to go in the third quarter. Got to make your free throws. Malik Monk has the basketball. His team up by 12. Under 4 to go. Davion Mitchell for 3, and it's no good. And Dante DiVincenzo gets the rebound for the Warriors. Now Curry with the basketball. 3:35 to go in the third. Curry swings to DiVincenzo, and it is a kick ball on the pass that DiVincenzo did. So still suffocating defense from the Kings. Sometimes a kick ball is not a bad thing. It just goes to show that you are active with your hands and your feet to be able to stop those passing lanes and not allow the Warriors to get the easy cuts that they made a living on for years with all their players doing those backdoor cuts getting into the lane. 3:34 to go in the third. And there is a foul down low, I think, on the Kings. Curry is bent over on the sideline. Hopefully he is okay. Looks like he is banged up a bit. But it does look like the Warriors will be inbounding the basketball here, I think. It looks like it was a foul on the Kings. Let's see what happened down low. Curry was down low, and it looked like his head got wrapped up a bit on Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell did not mean to do that. He just had his arm there, but Curry was trying to cut quickly, and he did get hit a little bit in the head. Will says, I wish kickball didn't reset the shot clock. That's a very interesting rule there to ponder. I think that you have a point for sure. If you didn't have the kick ball, being able to reset the shot clock, then you could have 1 second. It would, only have 1 second left, and it wouldn't really help the team with the kick ball because you're kind of benefiting the team that gets the kick ball to be able to reset the shot clock. I see what you're saying for sure, but they do call a technical foul on Davion Mitchell. I don't think he necessarily meant to do that at all. It was not intentional, but since it was head contact, they call it technical. But Curry misses the free throw. How often does Curry miss a shot like that? A free throw to potentially help the Warriors cut the lead, and he misses. So definitely the Warriors starting to miss some free throws. Even Curry. Now you've got Curry with the basketball. He's in the lane with a floater, and his shot goes in and out. And now the Kings have the ball. Up by 12. 3:20 to go in the third. Malik Monk into the lane. And Monk has another ridiculous layup. A lot of contact down low. 81-67. The Kings are now about 14 points. They're starting to run away a little bit. Curry into the lane. Kicks to Wiggins. And Wiggins is into the lane, and Wiggins gets the layup to drop. Big shot by Wiggins. 81-69. 3 to go in the third. De'Aaron Fox with the basketball. Wiggins now has 16 points. And the Kings missed a 3. Malik Monk tried to do a deep 3, and he almost got it to drop, but he did not. It went in and out. So now it's Jordan Poole with the ball. Jordan Poole making a move in the lane. Poole goes up strong. He misses the layup. He usually could hit a shot like that, but he could not make it. Now Sabonis bringing the ball up the floor. He kicks over to Monk. Now to Lyles. Lyles three's off. Poole with the board. Warriors need points. Down by 12. And there is a foul with 2:26 to go in the third quarter. Trey Lyles, he fouls the Warriors on that play trying to steal the basketball. And we will have a TV timeout. Trent Verano says young legs. Now, that's a good point. A lot of people are talking about, especially Edward, talking about the Warriors being an older basketball team now. How long are they going to continue to be really good? Is their age starting to catch up with them a bit? That is a great question. That's a lot of great points. I think you look at the Warriors, they are an older team. And you do look at the Kings being as young as they are. They are really quick. They're out there running the floor. They're hitting some ridiculous layups. Sometimes youth is the best thing you can have out there. It might not be experienced, but when you're talented, especially when you're the Kings, who are showing the type confidence that they are in this game, sometimes youth is a good thing because you have those young legs and you don't have all those battle scars that you would have if you're an older player. So it is a really interesting argument between the Warriors and the Kings. Trent Veronis and Splash Brothers need a good fourth for sure. I 100% agree. If both Klay Thompson and Curry hit 3 threes in this fourth quarter coming up, I do think that the Warriors will have a great chance. But they're going to have to get going from 3, maybe even just getting into the lane. Klay Thompson's been cold for a long time. I can't even remember when the last time Klay Thompson scored. So that definitely goes to show you he's been a non-factor in this game for a long time. Curry's trying, but Curry is definitely having some fits in this game due to the Kings' defense. Draymond Green has not had a fantastic game. He is trying, but he has definitely been turnover prone. You talk about the Warriors' turnover issues. He's been a main culprit of that. I feel like Wiggins is starting to get going a bit. He is obviously one of the younger players for the Warriors. He started, to get going a bit. But I do think overall the Warriors need more players playing well, specifically Klay Thompson and Draymond Green, to be able to get the Warriors going if they want to win. Edwards said Boston's a young team also, and that is a great sign for Boston's future because they're a young team and they are going to be able to have that unit for a long time with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown as long as they keep the 2 players. They're going to be on the team for a long time. They're both young players. They have a big future ahead of them. The only guy that's older on the team, obviously, is Al Horford, and he's not going to be there forever, but he is a really good veteran. But you look at some of the other players on their roster that are really young. Grant Williams, he's really young. Derek White's not, up in age. He's still fairly young. Marcus Smart, he's close to around 30, but Marcus Smart still has many years left. I think that overall, Boston does have a young team that's going to have that unit for many years, which will be really great for continuity, and I think eventually they will win a title. Could be this year. Trent Veronis says, I got Boston taking it all. If I had to pick right now, I would go with the Celtics winning the whole thing this year. You feel like they will get it done. I really feel like they could get it done. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens for sure. There's so many great NBA teams this year that obviously I don't think Boston's the runaway favorite, but I do think that Boston definitely has a great chance to win it all this year because they have so much depth, and they'll be able to give most teams fits with their depth. Edward says, smart man on Trent Veronis. That's funny for sure. Hashtag bleed green. Trent Veronis says those two score more than any duo. You're 100% correct, and that's insane. Both have averaged over 25 points. I think Jaylen Brown's averaging like 26 points, and Jason Tatum's averaging 30 points per game for the first time in his career, and the first Celtics player to ever average 30 points per game. And you think about that franchise, the amount of great players that they've had, that is nuts to be the first ever to do that. So I think that Boston has a great chance. They have a great roster. Robert Williams as well. Malcolm Brogdon, just so many players up and down that roster. You would think they would win it all this year. But there's so many good teams, you never know. But it's 81-69. Warriors down by 12. 2:26 to go in the third quarter, and you do have Wiggins. His first free throw is up and good. 81-70. Wiggins has really stepped up his level of play the last few minutes to help the Warriors try to stay in this game. They've had a lot of struggles, particularly with turnover issues, but they definitely have been trying to crawl back into this game, but they've been struggling overall with the turnover department with shot selection. But I feel like Wiggins has been a breath of fresh air trying to get to the hoop, get to the foul line. He's taking some nice shots in this third quarter. He's got 18 points, 11 in this quarter. I feel like he's done a really good job. Trey Lyles is the ball now for Sacramento, up by 10 for the Kings. Fox with the ball over to Malik Monk. Back to Lyles in the corner. Lyles doesn't have anywhere to go. Swings back to Fox. Fox for 3. His shot is off. Had a really good look there. Moses Moody with the board. He's back into the game. And now you've got Poole. His 3 is off. But Moses Moody right there for the offensive putback. 81-73. 150 to go in the third. Fox with the ball. Swings over to Malik Monk. Malik Monk drives into the lane. Taking a lot of contact. No foul is called. It looked like there definitely could have been a foul there. Draymond Green kicks to Wiggins. Wiggins takes the step back too, and it's good. 81-75, and now the Warriors have cut it to 6. 8-0 run by the Warriors. They're not giving up just yet. It's getting a little bit interesting again. 120 to go in the third. Kings need a bucket to increase this lead again and be able to get the crowd back engaged. Fox for 3 in the corner. He's no good. Moses Moody with another rebound. And Jordan Poole slowing it down a bit for the Warriors. Little over 1 to go in the third quarter. 23 points for both teams in this quarter. It feels like we're right back to the halftime score of the 6-point lead and a turnover by the Warriors. Bad pass by Poole. 59 seconds left in the third quarter, and the Kings will have the ball with a potential chance to be able to increase the lead yet again. The Kings have gone a little bit cold on the offensive end. They need a bucket. Edwards says, yeah, Tatum and Brown are ridiculous. And then you had him Brogdon, White, Horford, Smart, and Tom Moore guarding the paint. Boston is a super deep team. 100%. They are loaded. By far the deepest team in the NBA. They have to be. And for sure, I think they could win it all this year. They are a great basketball team. It's insane the amount of talent they have. Trey Lyles with the ball. Down low to Sabonis. Sabonis can't get the shot to go in, but I think there is a foul on the Warriors. Poole does not like it. He feels like he was held a bit. But I think they are going to give the foul to him and the Warriors. So it will be some free throws for Sabonis. Sabonis definitely has been a little quiet last few minutes, but Sabonis has had a solid game. Yeah, you could argue that, but I do think that Poole is the one that held Sabonis. He was saying that it was the other way around, but I think he did hold on Sabonis a bit. 46 seconds left in the third quarter. Sabonis' first free throw is good. 82-75. He's been shooting the ball well at the free throw line the last few times he's been down there. He missed a couple in the first half, but he's been starting to shoot the ball better at the line last few times. His second free throw is up, and his second free throw is in. 83-75. The Kings are back up by 8. 46 seconds left in the third quarter. Kerr looks concerned for the Warriors. Mike Brown looks concerned as well, wanting his team to be able to pull out this win. Still not a comfortable enough lead for the Kings. Only up by 8. 83-75. 35 seconds left in the third. Green down low to Poole. To Gary Payton. Now to Moses Moody. Moody kicks to Poole in the corner. Poole for 3. His 3 is off. No good. Gary Payton tried to get the offensive rebound, but he could not get it. Now the Kings have the basketball. Fox has it. It's in his hands. He's been playing some really solid basketball for the Kings in this game. He's had some big shots. 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. Crowd on their feet. And the Kings lose the ball. Wiggins down the floor for the Warriors. His shot, he misses a layup. He had a layup, but he could not get it to drop. And that is the end of the third quarter. 83-75. And you have the Kings with an 8-point lead with a great chance to potentially be able to win this second game in this series and go up 2-0 in the series and have a great chance overall to be able to beat the Warriors. That would be huge for the Kings' confidence and potential future of this organization if they can somehow be able to beat the Warriors here and go on a run in this playoffs. And then to have that confidence in the fact that these players were able to do that and they're all coming back and they could be even better next year. And the Kings are so young right now. I think the Kings' future is very bright for sure. But for sure with the Warriors not looking good, down by 8, and they're still turning it over a lot, trying to find some offense. They've started to improve on the offensive end at times, and I feel like Wiggins has done some solid things, but they're still turning it over. They still just can't seem to get out of their own way at times in this game, and it will be interesting to see, can they find a way to win? Trent Varon says, look at that 8-0 run, give me a break. Yeah, it definitely was a good run by the Warriors, but then it quit. Then the Kings were able to take back the momentum yet again. Momentum is short-lived in the NBA. You go on a run, and you think you have the momentum, but with all of these talented players in the NBA, and the Kings have some talented players. They might be young and inexperienced, but they have talent. You can go on a quick run, and then it's over. It's not like college basketball where sometimes a team will just start playing bad and then you get up by 10, 15 points and then the other team can't come back because the other team just doesn't have the wherewithal and the talent and ability to be able to get back in the game. I think overall you look at the NBA, you can be down by 10 with 3-4 minutes left in the game, and specifically when you're a team like the Warriors that have so many players that can hit big shots, you're able to get back in the game. So I don't think the Warriors are nowhere near out of this one, but if you're a Kings fan, you're in great shape. You're definitely in good position to be able to win this game because of the fact the team's playing so hard. The crowd has been mostly engaged for this whole entire game because the Kings have been up most of the time. The Kings haven't been turning it over as much as the Warriors. They've had a couple in the third, but they've kind of cleaned that up a bit. And they're taking really good shots, and they're hitting all their free throws, which will bode well down the stretch of this game. If they are winning, that they will be able to hit the free throws needed to be able to win. But if you're a Warriors fan, I would definitely be nervous because of the fact the Warriors are down by 8. They're still struggling to take care of the basketball. And the Warriors have been a team on the road that has struggled this season. They have not been a great road team. And if the Warriors lose this game, they'll be down 0-2, which is bad news for the Warriors. Yes, they'll could potentially be able to win the 2 home games and get it back to 2-2. But at the end of the day, going down 0-2 does not spell good news for a team. Usually when you go down 0-2, it is extremely difficult to be able to come back. It's not impossible. It doesn't mean that they can't, but it's also very difficult to do. And we'll see what happens. The Warriors look pretty good early in this game, but since the second quarter, the Kings have been on fire, and they want this win for the town of Sacramento, for the team. They have not been to the NBA playoffs since 2006. They have not won an NBA series since 2004, and they could potentially do it here against the Warriors if they can win this series. Right now, they're playing some great basketball, up by 8. They're already up 1-0 on the Warriors when they were able to win 126-123 in game 1 behind De'Aaron Fox's 38 and Malik Monk's 32. They're not having that type of offensive explosion in this game, but they are finding ways to stop the Warriors, even if it's just the Warriors making mistakes on their own. But I do think the Kings' pressure on the defensive side of the ball has really helped in that regard, causing the Warriors to make mistakes. But Curry, with the basketball, he's going to have to get going for the Warriors. They want to have a good chance to win. Draymond Green on the right wing. He's trying to kick the ball to somebody. He's in a lot of trouble. He does get the ball to Wiggins. Wiggins with the fadeaway too, and it's short. But you do have Gary Payton with the offensive rebound. He swings to Wiggins, and I think there is a foul on the Kings. They fouled Gary Payton on that rebound attempt there. So definitely some tough effort being displayed by the Warriors and Gary Payton. They're getting that offensive rebound, not allowing the Kings to get that ball back, and he was able to draw a foul on them. The Kings do have 4 timeouts. Warriors have 3, so there's a lot of timeouts left to be deployed potentially. And there is, I think, another foul down low. They might have caught another foul on the Kings. So the fouls are kind of racking up on the Kings early in this quarter, just like they did on the Warriors at the beginning of the third quarter. Very interesting there. But you will have the Warriors inbounding the basketball yet again, down by 8. And Kevin Huerter now has 4 personal fouls. Some foul trouble still mounting up for both teams. Looney has 5 fouls. For the Warriors, I think Draymond Green still has 4. And now you've got Klay Thompson with the basketball. Kicks over to Gary Payton. And Gary Payton now has the basketball in Wiggins' hands. Andrew Wiggins has been solid. He does take a deep 3, and it's blocked. Good defense by the Kings. Bad possession by the Warriors yet again. They've had so many bad possessions. Sabonis into the lane. Has nowhere to go. He does get the ball to De'Aaron Fox. Fox for 2 at the mid-range, and his shot is no good. Had a really good look there, but could not get it to drop. Curry with the ball for the Warriors. 11 to go in the fourth. Curry into the lane. Curry's layup is good. What a shot by Curry. 83-77. That was a ridiculous shot there. Unbelievable. Now you've got Monk into the lane. To Sabonis. Sabonis' layup is short. Now Curry with the basketball. Bringing it up the floor. And is there a foul? Is there a foul on Draymond Green down low? If there's a foul on Draymond Green, that is unbelievable. He is going crazy. He might even get a technical out of this. They call a foul on Draymond Green on the rebound attempt on Sabonis, and he is livid. Will he pick up a technical foul? That's what Draymond Green is so well known for, is picking up technicals. I don't know. I mean, you could potentially argue that it was a foul. Or maybe they said he stepped out of bounds. I'm not 100% sure. It could go either way. I think they did call a foul on him, though, and he is mad. But we have a TV timeout. Trent Varonis' 4th is where the foul game comes into play, for sure, because that's when it really counts. You can only have 2 fouls left. Jackson Johnson, he says, I'm amazed at the job Mike Brown has done with the Kings this year. The job he's done this season, his first year alone, is enough to be named Coach of the Year, and if he's not, then he should be. I think he already has won Coach of the Year in a few publications. I don't know if all of them are out yet, but I agree with you, Jackson. He's done a fantastic job. And getting Domantas Sabonis was a huge addition for the Kings. I think that overall Sabonis has definitely helped them out in their post game. They always had some decent perimeter players the last few years, but Sabonis has definitely shored up their post play and kind of makes them more of a complete team. Jackson Johnson, come on, Kings, you can do it. But I do agree Mike Brown deserves a lot of credit as well. He's done a fantastic job, and this is a team that believes for sure. And you can tell they really want to win this game, and they will have a great chance if they can keep it up. Trent Verano says, team up, rep, let's go, laughing out loud. Yes, again, Draymond Green's one of those players, and he's always going to be picking up those technical fouls. He tries hard at times not to, but he gets so upset that he's always in the ref's face, and that's definitely what causes the technical fouls to be called against him. But, I mean, it was very interesting on that play. It definitely could have not been called a foul, especially as late as they called it. I think when they did call that foul on Draymond Green, so I understand his frustration. But it will be Kings basketball, and they're up by 6, 83-77, 10:44 to go in the fourth quarter. It's going down to the wire, to the nitty-gritty. It's going to be very interesting to see, can the Warriors make a last gasp attempt and come back and be able to win, or will the Kings be able to go up 2-0. I'm telling you, this will be huge for the Kings in their psyche and being able to say, hey, we're up 2-0. If we can get one of those wins at the Warriors, we almost have this series in the bag. That would be huge. The Warriors going down 0-2 would be really bad for them. I don't think they're out of it yet because they can win both the home games, but now it puts all the pressure in the world on them that they have to win the 2 home games. If they can win this game here, they won't have to. So it definitely, there's a lot of stakes involved with both of these teams. It's going to be very important, the outcome and the winner of this game, to determine who is going to end up winning this series at the end of the day. But I'm really liking what I'm seeing from the Kings. Their confidence is very inspiring. And if they keep playing like this for the last 10:44, I think they could get this win. They definitely have been playing more solid basketball for longer stretches of this game. Curry's done some nice things, and Andrew Wiggins has been solid in the third quarter for the Warriors. They've made a lot of mistakes in this game. Too many turnovers. I don't know how many turnovers they have, but it has to be over 15. They've really turned the basketball over a lot. Their shot selection has been poor at times. I do like their effort. I think Gary Payton and Moses Moody have come in and done some nice things off the bench, getting some offensive rebounds, keeping possessions alive. For the Warriors, that's been big. But for the Kings, Herter's playing well. Malik Monk's playing well. De'Aaron Fox playing well. Sabonis is doing really well. All of the players that are out there giving it all that they've got. But yeah, they might have called that foul when Sabonis was trying to come back into play. And Draymond Green, I don't think Draymond Green necessarily was even trying to foul him. He was trying to stay in bounds. So I think that's a bad call. That was a bad call if they called it on Draymond Green. But who will be inbounding the back? Oh, they do give the ball to the Warriors, so they did overturn it. Yeah, that was not a foul. Draymond Green was trying to stay in bounds. He did not foul Sabonis there. I definitely agree that they overturned that. He was correct that time. And now the Warriors down low avoided the disaster of getting another foul on Draymond Green, and now Curry down low for 2. 83-79. Now the Kings are going to have to step up here. Davion Mitchell gets it to Trey Lyles. The Kings with some game pressure on now, only up by 4. 10-10 to go in the fourth. Monk's in a lot of trouble, but he does swing it to Trey Lyles. Now you've got the ball in Davion Mitchell's hands. Mitchell for 2. 85-79. Davion Mitchell has been a great player off the bench for the Kings in this game. That's a good shot. In the mid-range, he knocks it down. Or did they call a foul on Trey Lyles, though? Pushing Curry in the back. If they call that an offensive foul, then the shot won't count. But they might have already given him the shot. Let's see. 10:06 to go in the fourth. They still have the 85 on the board. But Trey Lyles did push Curry in the back, which would be an offensive foul. But the shot might have already been in the net. They still have the points on the board, so I think they're keeping it. But it is Warriors basketball. Klay Thompson, who's been quiet for a long time. Trent Verano says, and Curry with the acting job. He did act a little bit, but there definitely was a push. It could have gone either way. Curry shoots the 3, and he airballs a 3. And now you've got the Kings fans going airball on Curry. Curry, man, he don't airball many threes, but he airballed it there. That's really tough for him. And now the Kings are in good shape again, up by 6. Davion Mitchell in the corner. He kicks over to Harrison Barnes. And Barnes is stripped by Klay Thompson, and I think the ball will stay with the Kings. Harrison Barnes was driving into the lane, and Klay Thompson, he got a hand on the ball, but it will stay Kings basketball. 85-79, 9:41 to go in the fourth quarter. Kings are up by 6. Jackson Johnson says, Curry missing the three. Am I seeing things, or is that for real? For sure. He does not miss a lot of threes, but he definitely missed it there. But they do call a foul there, and Harrison Barnes will be going to the line. I thought it was a clean play. It looked like Klay Thompson got all ball, and it was off him, but they do call a foul. And Harrison Barnes is at the line, and he hits the first, so it's 86-79. His second free throw is up and good. So that's a big break for the Kings. 87-79, 9:40 to go in the fourth. But Jackson, definitely, you saw Curry airball a three. That is not a sight to usually behold. Kings are 20-25 the line. Warriors are 12-15. So definitely the Kings have been taking advantage of the free throw line. Draymond Green misses a two, but Gary Payton with the putback. 87-81, 9:20 to go in the fourth. Now you've got Malik Monk with the ball to Sabonis, and there is an offensive foul. Sabonis was driving into the lane, and Draymond Green drew the charge. I think that definitely was a charge there. That was really good defense by Draymond Green. He took a lot of contact. Sabonis just barreled his shoulder into him. That was a really good play by Draymond Green on the defensive end. That's why he's out there as well. As defense is really good. But 9 to go in the fourth. Curry with the ball. The Warriors down by 6. This game could go down to the wire. It's getting really interesting. Klay Thompson being hounded by Sabonis at the top of the key. Klay Thompson trying to drive. He kicks to Curry. Curry in the corner. Now down to Draymond Green on the block. Klay Thompson for two off glass, and he misses the shot. Klay Thompson had the shot, but it did not drop. Now the Kings with the potential to extend the lead again. De'Aaron Fox down the lane, and Fox lays it in. 89-81, 8:30 to go in the fourth, and what a play by De'Aaron Fox. He's got 15 points and 6 assists, and that was a great drive into the lane. 89-81. Curry to Gary Payton, and Gary Payton with the easy slam. What a play by Curry. 89-83, 8:20 to go in the fourth. This game is going back and forth, but with the Kings keeping a relatively slim lead. Fox into the lane. Fox, his shot goes in and out. He had a great look there, but it would not go. Curry with the ball. 8 to go in the fourth. Curry in the lane. Curry all the way to the rack, and he lays it in. 89-85. Curry is doing a great job now on the offensive end in this fourth quarter. 21 points. 7:50 to go in the fourth. Fox kicks to Malik Monk. Monk with the basketball, driving into the lane, and Monk goes up strong, and he lays it in. 91-85. The Kings are staying in front. 7:40 to go in the fourth. Curry with the ball yet again. Kicks to Draymond Green. Now over to Wiggins, and Wiggins laying it in. And now the Warriors are passing the ball really well. They're doing a great job passing the ball to their teammates, getting some easy layups. 22 points and 5 boards for Wiggins. And now the Kings are definitely letting the Warriors creep back in it. Harrison Barnes in the lane. Harrison Barnes misses the shot. Now Draymond Green with the ball to Curry to Wiggins. And Wiggins loses it. No foul call. He was looking for a foul, but good defense by the Kings. I don't think they did. Monk on the other end. Monk into the lane, and he misses as well. It's going back and forth. Green and Sabonis getting banged up. Down low, and I think they're going to call a foul on Draymond Green. And Sabonis is on the ground. Is he okay? Oh, no. I hope Sabonis is all right. Draymond Green looks like he hit him real good in the ribs. I mean, Draymond Green and him got tangled up, but that's not a good sign there. Sabonis is in a lot of pain. Let's see what happened. Sabonis fell, got tangled up. And then, oh, man, Draymond Green stepped on him. That's terrible. How do you do that? I mean, Sabonis, I don't think he meant to grab, but that's just terrible. That is a horrible play. I don't even like looking at it. Oh, man. I hope Sabonis is okay. He's been playing really solid. I mean, you don't want to say Draymond Green did it on purpose. I don't think he did. He was trying to get off of him, but that is definitely something you cannot do, Draymond Green. That hurt. And Sabonis is still on the ground. 7:03 to go in the fourth quarter, and he is definitely going to have a hard time playing anymore in this game. I don't know if he can. He might have broken ribs. Technical foul on Draymond Green, and it definitely should be. Even if he didn't mean to do it, But I don't know, man. That was a really bad play by Draymond Green. You definitely had a tangled up play with Klay Thompson. He got tangled up with Sabonis. That hurt him initially. And then you had Draymond Green stepping on Sabonis. They've showed it like 4 or 5 times, and it's just so gruesome to watch. I mean, Sabonis definitely had him hooked a little bit, but I don't think it was intentional. And then Green was trying to get off of him, and he stepped on him. 7:03 to go in the fourth quarter, and now the Kings are going to have to be without Sabonis more than likely for the rest of this game. I don't think he can play. If he can somehow play, that would be insane. But I don't think so. That's just a terrible foul there. And now there's definitely some crowd action going on with Draymond Green. He's yelling at the crowd, and the crowd is getting into it with him. There's a lot of fans going crazy. Definitely some words being exchanged, and hopefully nothing gets out of hand. It could definitely get ugly here. I mean, you've already hurt a player, even if you didn't mean to do it, but the way you're acting is not too great. Now you're getting the crowd going, the crowd's going off, and it could just be a bad situation all around. Everything needs to get fixed here and settled down, and now the refs are talking. Jackson usually makes a three-pointer far from the line, using the fact he missed on an easy three-pointer makes me ask plenty of questions. For sure, it's crazy with Curry missing shots. Trent Verona says Fox about to open this game up. He's definitely going to have to, especially if Sabonis is out if the Kings want to win. Jack said, the Kings are in trouble. Number 10 from the Kings is hurt. Sabonis, man, I can't stand that for him. I hate he's banged up. I really hope he's going to be okay. Trent says, really, Green, come on, F1. Will says Draymond fouled outright. I think that's 6. Well, he had 4 or 5, so if he had 5, then he's fouled out for sure. But I don't think he really should be in the game anymore. I think he should definitely be fouled out. It's just, it would not be a good situation if Draymond Green's on the floor. It probably would be best if he's not in the game. You don't want the crowd to get into it. They're already exchanging words, and he's going off. He definitely probably does not need to be in the game. 7:03 to go in the fourth quarter. Sacramento up 91-87, but Domantas Sabonis, he took a big shot from Draymond Green in his foot and his stomach, and I really hope Sabonis is okay. I don't know if Draymond's out yet. He's still on the floor, so I have no idea, but there's a lot to unravel here. The refs are trying to get all this sorted out. It's going to be a big mess, though, at the end of the day. For the Kings, if they don't have Sabonis, and for the Warriors, just with everything that happened, that could definitely either swing the momentum the Kings' way because they're going to want to get revenge on the Warriors there for what happened on that play, or it could help the Warriors potentially because of the fact it slowed it down, and maybe the Kings are going to struggle a bit. But I think that Draymond Green is ejected. He's talking to the refs, but I don't really blame him here. That was just a really tough play there. I mean, Draymond Green should not have done what he did. I don't think he meant to do it overall, potentially, but he should not have done it. And Draymond Green is ejected. And then he talked to the crowd. That was just a really bad situation overall. And Draymond Green is ejected from the game. He's been ejected a lot before in the past, but he's ejected there. And now you're going to have Curry and Klay step up for the Warriors. But that's just a bad turn of events. And Sabonis is in a lot of pain. Trent says eject him. He's talking with fans. Now it's a no-no. I agree. OF2, see ya. And Jackson says Draymond Green's about to get thrown out of the game and he's ejected. Shouldn't have cussed at the refs. I agree. He was going off at the refs, the fans, and he did not show remorse at all for what happened to Sabonis. He should have. I mean, if he didn't mean to do it, then he should have went over there and tried to help Sabonis, or at least try to see if he was okay, but he did not. And now Curry's going to the line. Potentially, they might have called a technical maybe on the fans. That could happen. I think they did because Curry got a free throw, so it was 91-88. But Sabonis is still into the game. How is Sabonis in the game? I have no idea. He took a lot to his stomach there. I'm really surprised he's in the game. Kudos to Sabonis. Hopefully, he'll be okay. Sabonis is at the line for the first free throw. It's up. He does miss the free throw, however, but I cannot believe he is in the game. I definitely was not expecting it. I thought he was going to be out, but I am glad that he is potentially going to be able to finish his game and be okay. But he took a lot to the stomach, and it got Draymond Green ejected. Just a bad situation overall. But Sabonis, his second free throw is up, and he misses that one as well. His first one was long, and his second one was short. So it's 91-88, 7:03 to go in the fourth quarter. After all of that, we'll see if the momentum will swing the Kings' way or the Warriors' way. That was a lot that happened there. But the Kings have the basketball. You would think the Kings will use the momentum for what happened to their teammate to be able to really pour it on the Warriors. And now you've got De'Aaron Fox for two, and potentially it could. I think that the Kings are definitely going to want to start to pour on the Warriors after what happened. That was a terrible play, but we'll see if the Warriors can withstand losing Draymond Green and see what can go from here. Fox with 17.6 assists. Curry with the ball. He still has it. He almost lost it, but he gets it back. Curry into the lane with the floater, and he knocks it down. What a shot by Curry. 93-90. 6:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Malik Monk with the basketball. Curry has 24 points. Monk into the lane. He misses the layup. Moses Moody with the rebound. Now Curry into the lane. Trying to make a move. He's driving around all these defenders. Curry kicks. Now to Moody inside. Gary Payton in the corner. And Gary Payton with the big three. And we have a tie game. 6 to go in the fourth. And the Warriors have responded. It's 93-93. Gary Payton with 13 points and 6 rebounds. He's playing solid. But Sabonis still in the game somehow for the Kings. And now you've got De'Aaron Fox with the floater. He's starting to heat up. 95-93. Kings up 2. 5:40 to go in the fourth. And we've got a back and forth game here. Jack said Draymond, not Dray. Sorry, it's the autocorrect thing on the tie. That's funny, man. Curry on the other end with the layup. 95 all. 5:30 to go in the fourth. Unbelievable. This game's going back and forth. It should go down to the wire, it seems. Davion Mitchell kicks to Sabonis. Back to Fox. Curry has 26 points, 11 in the quarter. Fox driving into the lane. Now to Harrison Barnes for the slam dunk. What a pass by Fox. 97-95. And a turnover. The Warriors turn it over. The Kings have the ball. Davion Mitchell, he misses the three, though. Looney with the board. He took the shot, and he could not get it to drop. Davion Mitchell had a good look there. Curry on the other end. He shoots a three, and Curry's three is off. Davion Mitchell with the rebound. That's a big miss for Curry. Had a really good look at the top of the key. Could not knock it down. Now you've got De'Aaron Fox who's starting to heat up. Fox for two, and Fox scores again. It goes in. It hits the front iron and in. 99-95. 4:35 to go in the fourth. And when you've got De'Aaron Fox starting to make some shots, it makes the Kings very dangerous. And they're up 4 with 4:35 to go in the fourth. Can the Kings hold on? Jackson banned three-pointer ties the game. And he's going back and forth with all of what's happened. Kings take the lead again. And he said, boom, top-notch two-pointers, 99-95 King lead. That was a fantastic shot by Fox. Yes, it almost did not go in, but the shooter's touch took into effect. And I think overall, looking at De'Aaron Fox, he's one of those players that he gets hot at the right time. And he is starting to make a big impact on this game, hitting some big shots down the stretch of this game. And that's huge overall for the Kings. They needed him to start stepping up. He is their leading scorer, their star by far. And those are some big shots being made. Trent Veron says, I'm happy for Fox and Kings, but I never can count Curry out. 100%. If Curry hits a couple big threes, the Warriors are back in it. And you got Clay as well and Poole. You just never know what they're going to throw at you. But I agree with you. Fox and the Kings are doing a great job. And if they can go up 2-0 on the Warriors, this would be huge. That was a massive swing of events there with Domantas Sabonis and the Draymond Green play. Draymond Green gets ejected. Sabonis gets to stay in the game because he is still able to play, thankfully, for him. And now the Kings are starting to potentially go on a bit of a run here to maybe make this league grow a bit. And if they can, then the Kings have a great chance to win. It's been a fantastic game between both of these teams, though. It's been an awesome game. Definitely stinks that there was some riffraff there with the crowd and Draymond Green and everything that happened with the Draymond Green play with Sabonis. Thankfully, Sabonis is okay, but that definitely was unnecessary. But it is basketball and stuff happens. Very unfortunate, but this has been a great game. Nothing will take away from that. It's been an awesome game, and it's going down to the wire. And will the Kings or the Warriors win? The Warriors really need this game to tie the series up, but if the Kings can go up 2-0, that would be huge for their prospects of winning the series and trying to go further on in the playoffs. And I think they have a really great chance to win this game. I think overall, looking at the way that they're playing right now, the fact that Fox is starting to get going and playing at a high level late in this game bodes really well for the Kings' chances to win because of the fact, looking at a guy like Fox, he again is their leading scorer. That's when you want him to get going, is when it counts. And the game was tied. In the last few possessions, you can see he's in attack mode. He's the one initiating the offense. He's the one initiating the scoring. He's getting into the lane and hitting some tough shots. And I think that's huge overall for the Kings, having him step up at this moment, at this juncture in this game. For a guy that's never been in the playoffs before this year, the fact that he's playing with so much confidence, the fact that the whole entire Kings team is playing with so much confidence, and the Warriors have that experience. But the Kings have been so good overall and being able to withstand their youth and play at a high level. The Ohio State for the win. Thanks for being here. He says, what's up, Only Talk Sports? Going to be another good finish for sure. The NBA playoffs are delivering. Appreciate you for being here. And we've got potentially a great finish on our hands. Curry and the Warriors down by 4 on Fox and the Kings. And the Kings could go up 2-0, which will be huge for their chances to win this series. But the Warriors really need this win to potentially be able to help out their chances of being able to hang around in this series and potentially be able to win this series at the end of the day. It's tough to go down 0-2, but there is 4:35 left in the fourth quarter, and they show that De'Aaron Fox is the most total clutch points this season with 194. DeMar DeRozan, Jimmy Butler, and Jalen Brunson round out the top 4. But De'Aaron Fox, for a young player, he is definitely clutch. He hits big shots, and he has been huge for the Kings. And you see the Kings crowd. They are engaged right now. They are loud. They are on a roll. And after what's happened with Draymond Green and everything that happened there, they've gotten even louder. So it's going to be very tough for the Warriors. Curry with the basketball. He's on the floor with Wiggins, Thompson, Payton, and Looney. Can the Warriors make a comeback? Or will the Kings go up 2-0? Klay Thompson with the basketball. Looney has it now over to Curry. Curry's had a big fourth quarter. Curry drives. He kicks in the corner to Wiggins. Wiggins' 3 is off, and Wiggins could not get the rebound. It's a shot clock violation anyway. The Ohio State is crazy how much the Warriors have struggled on the road this season, but I can definitely see Warriors pulling this game out for sure. And like you said, it's crazy how much they've turned the ball over this year, and the fact that they've also struggled on the road. Usually 2 things they don't normally struggle with, but it is crazy. With Sabonis, Barnes, Mitchell, Fox, and Monk are on the floor for the Kings. And down low, Harrison Barnes lays it in. 101-95, 3:50 to go in the fourth. Warriors are down by 6, and they need a bucket quickly. Curry with the basketball. Over to Klay. And Splash Brother knocks it down. 101-98. First shot for Klay Thompson in a long time that he's made. 3:30 to go. Klay Thompson with 15 points, 5 of 10 from the field, 3 of 7 from 3. Now you've got into the lane, De'Aaron Fox driving in, and he loses the ball out of bounds, but it will stay Kings basketball. Man, this game looks like it's going down to a great finish, down to the wire, potentially the last team with the basketball. Kings have been up for the most part in this game, but the Warriors are hanging around. Sabonis with the basketball. He kicks over to Malik Monk. Monk into the lane, and he draws a foul. So Malik Monk will have a couple of free throws. A really good play by Monk driving the lane, and Kerr does not like the foul. He did not think it was a foul. Let's see. Monk drove in, and I think there was a bit of contact, potentially. Trent Varas' back call. It definitely could have not been called. There was a bit of contact on the backside by Klay Thompson, but it could have not been called. But Malik Monk misses the first free throw, and the Kings have missed some free throws in this game. Those are big misses. You got to make your free throws. But Monk with 17 points, 5 boards, 3 assists. He's 3 of 7 from 3. He's had a good game. Not the 32-point explosion that he had last game, but he's still been really solid. His second free throw is up and good. 102-98. Warriors down 4. 3:20 to go in the fourth. What can Curry do for the Warriors? Can he bring them back? Curry with the ball. Back to Splash Brother Klay Thompson. And Klay Thompson 4-3 again. 102, 101, and Klay Thompson's hit 2 big threes to get the Warriors within 1. 3 to go in the fourth. De'Aaron Fox driving into the lane all the way to the rim, taking contact. He misses. Sabonis with the ball, though, and he lays it in. Still shocking he's in the game after the shot he took from Draymond. 104-101. 2:40 to go in the fourth. Sabonis with 22 points and 9 boards. Curry with the basketball. Warriors down by 3. 2:40 to go. Curry with the basketball. He's trying to make a move. He kicks to Wiggins, down to Gary Payton the second. Back to Curry for 3, and Curry's 3 is off. And De'Aaron Fox with the rebound. The Kings can go up by 2 possessions here. In the corner, Davion Mitchell swings outside to De'Aaron Fox for 3. 107-101, and the Kings are up by 6. That is massive for the Kings' chances to win this game. 2:05 to go, and De'Aaron Fox is heated up at the right time. He's got 24 points and 7 assists. What a shot by De'Aaron Fox. Curry with the ball to Wiggins. Wiggins driving in, and he gets fouled. Jackson says, booyah, 6-point lead with a 3-pointer for the Kings. Yeah, that was a huge shot by De'Aaron Fox at the top of the key. Holds his follow through, and he knocked it down. What a shot. The Ohio State says Fox is amazingly clutch and has been all season. Yeah, he's a great shooter when it counts, for sure. He gets going when it matters the most. Curry into the lane. He drives in, and an offensive foul drawn by Sabonis, who's already taken so much contact in this game, and Curry gets the offensive foul called on him. Unbelievable play right there. Trent Verano says, I'm about to have a heart attack. Let's go Fox, for sure. The Ohio State said Fox be one of the most clutch players this season. He has to be. But was Sabonis outside the arc? That is key. It looks like potentially his back heel maybe is on the line, but it is close. Maybe it's not. They might have to review it. But Sabonis, you could definitely tell how much pain he's in. He was screaming after he got hit, but he wants to win so bad for his team. I hope he'll be okay. The Ohio State says, can't imagine how Sabonis' body is going to be feeling tomorrow, 100%. I hope he won't be feeling too bad tomorrow, but he's definitely going to be hurting. And hopefully he can recover before the next playoff game. Trent Verano says his heels are up. So if his heels are up, which I did see, maybe it will be an offensive foul, but it is close. It looked like his foot was over the line, and then by the time maybe Curry got to him, maybe it lifted up, so it might be an offensive foul. But the Warriors really need this call to be changed. 1:52 to go in the fourth, and if the Kings get the ball back, they will be in great shape. Jackson says, I hope Sabonis is okay. I agree. I hope he is okay. It's really unfortunate to see the type of contact he's taking in this game. You love the physicality and teams playing at a high level, but you never want to see guys getting hurt like that. They're reviewing the play, though. Sabonis' foot, it's so close. It's on the line, but by the time Curry gets to him, it might be outside that arc. So it might be an offensive foul. But we'll see what the refs call after this official review. But this call will be monumental in deciding who wins this game, whether it is the Kings or the Warriors. Depending on this call, if the Kings get it to go their way, they'll be in great shape to win this game because the Warriors will be running out of time. I don't think they're out of time yet, but it's going to be interesting. Trent Verano says, so the foot can't be anywhere by the line. I don't know. It depends on what they call. We'll see. Will they change the call? It don't look like Sabonis is happy, so they might have changed the call to a blocking foul. And if they did, then Curry will be going to the line. Mike Brown doesn't look happy as well. He looks kind of frustrated, so it does look like the call is overturned. Trent Verano says, bad call. Obviously, heel was up. I saw the heel was up. I agree with you for sure, Trent Verano. I think that they definitely could have called that offensive foul. But they did change the call. It is what it is. And it looks like the Warriors are potentially catching a break. And these are big free throws for Curry to cut this lead down. If Curry can cut this lead down, I think it will go a long way in potentially helping them have a chance still in this game. But Curry, his first free throw is up and good. 107-102 on that controversial call, letting Curry go to the line there. And if he hits the second free throw, it could cut the lead down to 4. Curry is a clutch free throw shooter, so he is definitely capable of hitting clutch free throws. His second free throw is up and good. 107-103. 152 to go in the fourth quarter. Sacramento up by 4, and they have a big chance to be able to win this game on this possession and beyond if they can keep making big buckets. And De'Aaron Fox has been clutch. But Harrison Barnes drives in this time, and he lays it in. What a floater by Harrison Barnes. He's really improved this season as well. 109-103. Barnes with 13 points and 4 boards. Do the Warriors have anything left in the tank? 1:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Klay Thompson for 3. He misses. And now the ball is with the Kings and a foul on the Warriors. A big missed shot by Klay Thompson. That would have potentially helped the Warriors cut the lead down to 3. But now the Kings have the basketball and there is a foul on the Warriors. The Kings are in great shape. Now the Kings inbound the basketball. 1:20 to go in the fourth quarter. And you have Malik Monk with the basketball. He's hit some big shots. Malik Monk to Sabonis. Into the corner to Davion Mitchell. And he hits a 3. 112-103. 1:15 to go in the fourth. And that might be the game. What a shot by Mitchell. He has 14 points. He's been clutch off of the bench. Curry with the ball. Warriors need points. His 3 is no good. And Fox with the board. The Kings are in great shape. 10-2 run by the Kings. No fouling by the Warriors. If they're not going to foul, then that's not going to be good for the time. They're going to run out of time. 55 seconds left. And a missed layup by Malik Monk. He tried to go up with it, but the ball would not go in the rim. 50 seconds left. Warriors need a bucket. Thompson kicks over to Looney. Back to Curry. Curry airballs another 3. And now the Kings have it again. 39 seconds left. And it looks like the Warriors are going to let them dribble it out. And the Kings look like they're going to go up 2-0 in this series. And now the Warriors are going to have to win their next 2 home games if they want to have any chance. What a big win for the Sacramento Kings. This is unbelievable. The youth got it done. 15 seconds left in this game. The Warriors are bringing the ball down the floor. Klay Thompson, he shoots a 3, and it does go in. 112-106. 12 seconds left in the fourth quarter, but it looks like this game is about over. Trent Varane says that's game. Let's go, Kings. Kings got this. This is Ohio State, and he says Kings going to go up 2-0 in the series. Huge for the Kings. Yeah, this is big. The fact that they were able to beat the Warriors twice with all that experience. They're such a youthful team. The Warriors have all that experience, and the Kings are one of the youngest teams in the NBA. And they're going to do this, go up 2-0 on the Warriors. This is huge. I mean, technically it isn't over yet, I guess, after Klay hit that 3, but it's still a 6-point lead for the Kings. 12 seconds left. It would take a massive collapse. All the Kings got to do is inbound the ball and hit some free throws if the Warriors foul. Jack says Kings with a 2-game lead. Wait, this is real, right? I'm just amazed the Kings are beating the defending NBA champs in the playoffs. It's unbelievable. They're the 3 seed. They've had a great year in the NBA, and they haven't been to the playoffs. They have not been to the playoffs since 2006 and have not won a series since 2004. It's been so long, and what they're doing is unbelievable. They are checking Klay Thompson. His shot to see whether it was a 3 or a 2. I think it was a 3. His foot was behind the line. But a 6-point lead for the Kings. 12 seconds to go in the fourth. This game should be about over. We'll see what happens here. Will the Warriors foul? Fox is bringing the ball up the floor. They're not fouling yet. Over to Sabonis, and Sabonis dunks it home after all the beating he took in the game. And that is a big dunk for Sabonis to get revenge on the Warriors for that bad play. A missed 3 by the Warriors, and it's over. Ball game. 114-106. The Kings beat the Warriors, and they're up 2-0. I feel really bad for Sabonis taking the big hit that he took on Draymond Green, but he showed the Warriors there that big dunk. Really unfortunate for the Warriors and Curry that they were not able to win this game, but a big win for the Kings. They have not been here in so long. The first time they're 2-0 in a series since 2004 when they won the series, and the Kings have a great chance to win this series as well. Huge win for the Kings. The Ohio State's Warriors being 11-3 on the road in the regular season has to be one of the worst road records in the following season for a defending NBA champion. Probably, I agree with you. And it's still crazy to see the Warriors really struggling on the road and struggling with turnovers, 2 things they never usually do. It's crazy. Jackson Johnson Number 10 for the slam dunk for sure was Sabonis, but the turnovers and the road woes are going to cost the Warriors if they can't find a way to win a game in the series on the road. And now they're going to have to win both home games to have a chance. They have to be able to protect home court, or the Warriors will go down to the Kings. This will be huge for the Kings to be able to win this series over the defending NBA champions. This will be huge. Jackson Johnson, Sacramento is celebrating, but they need to remember, don't put the cart before the horse because there are plenty of games remaining. It's not over by a long shot. It is not over by a long shot. There is still so much basketball left to be played, and the Warriors still could win this series. It's nowhere near done. Trent says, real test for Kings is the next game, for sure. You got to be able to go on the road and have that same energy you had at home at the Warriors. If you allow the Warriors to get back 2-2, you still could lose the series if the Warriors could get a road win. It will be interesting for sure. Will Indy, he says, so psyched for those fans in Sacramento. Envious too, since I'm a Wizards fan. Yeah, the Wizards have struggled for a while, but man, I completely agree with you. It's so awesome to see the Kings fans be able to have the success for the first time in so long. The Ohio State says, yeah, Jackson, I do think the Warriors will win games 3 and 4, but the Kings win either game 3 or 4 in Golden State. I think Kings win the series. Agree. That's why I think that the Warriors have to win both home games. If the Kings can win one of those games, then the chances for them to be able to win the series go through the roof. It will go through the roof 100% because they'll be up 3-1 then, and the Warriors will probably be about done. But can the Warriors win both home games? We will see. 96 is here. Thanks for being here. He says it's crazy, 100%. He says this game was crazy. Only Talk Sports. I enjoyed this game. I hope y'all did too. 100%. This was a fantastic game. I enjoyed watching it from start to finish. And I'm really proud of the Sacramento Kings being able to beat the Warriors and now go up 2-0 in this series. It is nuts. It's unbelievable. And the Kings have a legitimate chance to be able to win this series. But it's going to be a lot of fun to see what happens in the future in this series, to see if the Kings can be able to win this series at the end of the day, or if the Warriors will be able to come back for sure. 96 says, if I didn't know any better, I swear the Kings were a 6-7-year veteran team that knows the magnitude and intensity of the playoff stage. I mean, wow. The Kings have arrived. And like, to your point, you're talking about the Warriors. The Warriors are the experienced team. Like you said, it looks like the Kings are the experienced team. They have the juice to fire, and they played really good basketball overall. It's unbelievable. I think that it goes to show you that it doesn't always matter with youth. If you're playing confidently, youth doesn't matter. You don't have to have that experience if you just go out there and believe in yourself. And the Kings are doing that, and it's unbelievable. And the Warriors, they got to stop turning it over and taking bad shots and playing better on the road, or they won't have a chance in this series at all. Trent Verona said, who needs TNT when you got Only Talk Sports? I appreciate it, Trent Verona. Thank you so much for the compliment. I really appreciate all you guys for being here. Thanks for the compliment so much. The Ohio State says Mike Brown continues to impress with his amazing coaching, having his team playing so well against the defending champs in the playoffs. 100%. And what he's doing, he definitely deserves Coach of the Year. And I think that De'Aaron Fox, I mean, he was really good before, but now he is more clutch than he has ever been. And looking at the rest of the roster, they got some clutch players all around. Malik Monk's starting to play way better than he ever has. Harrison Barnes has improved. Domantas Sabonis seems to be the heart and soul of the team. As hard as he's playing, it's unbelievable. 96, I think Draymond will get suspended, although Sabonis started that mess. Again, I do agree. I saw Sabonis kind of grab Draymond a bit, which is why Draymond Green got frustrated and kind of kicked him, but he shouldn't have done that. I don't really think he kicked him per se, but it was like he just was trying to shake him off, and then his foot ended up on his stomach, and that's what created that ugly play. It's very unfortunate, but it is what it is. I hope Sabonis will be okay. Yeah, Trent Ross says Sabonis definitely held his foot. Yeah, that was the problem. I don't think if he had held it, Draymond wouldn't have done that. That's why I was trying to defend Draymond just a bit. But Draymond did not handle that situation well at all. He definitely should have been able to, let that go and, hopes to see Sabonis be okay. But then he stirred up the crowd like that. It was just a bad showing by Draymond Green after that. But yes, I do agree the Sabonis did grab him a bit. Jackson said Draymond should be suspended the remainder of the series. We'll see. I don't think he will. You never know, though. But if he's out for the Warriors for the rest of the series, that will be really, really bad for the Warriors. The Ohio State says Fox has turned into a superstar this playoff so far. That transition from all-star to superstar is really tough. But Fox is starting to make that jump from all-star to superstar. I agree with that. That's a great point. And I think overall, when you look at someone that's an all-star, you're a great player that scores a lot of points. You're the leader of your team. But then you go to superstar. That means you're starting to make shots that other teams don't normally make that have those type players. It's usually a few players in the NBA can hit big shots. You look at the clutch players, they exist in the NBA. But when you start being one of those type players and you're hitting those big shots, De'Aaron Fox is starting to do that. De'Aaron Fox is starting to be clutch. And if you're starting to make these big shots game in and game out, like a Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell is a fantastic player because you look at the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers would have not had any chance to be anywhere near close to winning that game against the Knicks if Donovan Mitchell didn't have the game that he had. And they still lost, but Donovan Mitchell was clutch. He was playing fantastic basketball. And that is when you're a superstar, when you can hit big shots with so much pressure. KD does it. He hits big shots with pressure. And I think that for De'Aaron Fox to be now hitting shots like that goes to show you he is entering that rare territory of potentially being a superstar player. Like you said, it's a tough transition. There aren't many players that can be classified as that, but Fox is getting really close. 96 says you need to call the Suns-Clippers game 2 if nothing else. I hopefully will be able to do that tomorrow. I've definitely, have to see what my schedule is going right now, but I really appreciate you guys for being here for sure. It was a lot of fun tonight, and I will definitely try to be back tomorrow. 96 said that's if you want to, but you should. The Clippers and Sun series is the most liked series going outside of Kings Warriors. Yeah, I think both of these have definitely been the best. Even though the Kings are 2-0 on Warriors, I don't think the Warriors are done. If they can find a way to win the 2 home games, we're right back to square one with it being 2-2, but we'll have to see what the Warriors can do. But I agree with that. Both of these series are fantastic in the West. I think the East right now, just not too many competitive series with the way things are going. You have, obviously, the Celtics are dominating, and then you have the 76ers dominating. The Bucks Heat could be interesting if Giannis is hurt. Hopefully, Giannis will be okay, but if Giannis is healthy, you think they would be able to easily win that one, but who knows there. But the West has a couple of great series. Trent says, I don't think KD is as healthy as we see. I don't know. Yeah, he maybe isn't healthy, but he did have a good game last time out, but obviously the Suns did lose. But yeah, I don't think Chris Paul, he really struggled. He only had 7 points. He's not playing at a high level right now. If Chris Paul doesn't start playing better, the Suns could lose the series because you're not going to be able to get it all out of Booker and Durant. That's why you have Paul. That's why you have Ayton. It's supposed to be a quadruple tandem, but you're only getting Durant and Booker out of game 1. We'll see if the Clippers can keep it up. Kawhi Leonard had to carry him, but it will be interesting. See if the Clippers or Suns can win. I still would lean Suns. The Ohio State said all the West series be exciting except Timberwolves versus Nuggets. Yeah, Timberwolves versus Nuggets isn't looking too good. I don't think anybody against the Nuggets really would have, but I agree with you. All of the West series look great. For the East, Knicks versus Cavaliers the most exciting. That is true. I think that series has been really good out of the East. That's the only one, but it is the 4 or 5 games, so you would expect it to be competitive, but the other ones aren't really close. Jack says, I'm also curious about the Cavs-Knicks game too tomorrow. It'll be fun. That game and then the Suns will be a great game with the Clippers as well. Both of those games should be good. 96 says, last question of the night for me. What do you make of Russell Westbrook having a great clutch game on shooting 3 for 9? Yeah, that was unbelievable. He had an awful game shooting. He was bricking shots, and that was why, people call him Russell Westbrook because of the fact that he shoots badly now from the field. But he had a massive defensive play at the end, and he hit 2 clutch free throws. So sometimes it's not about how you play in the game, it's how you play at the end of the game. So still, Westbrook's really been struggling all around, but that was a big shot there, and he is still a really good player, even at his age, when he is locked in on the defensive end of the ball, and he's passing well, and he takes good shots. When he takes bad shots, he struggles. The Ohio State says Cavs have to win tomorrow night. If Knicks win tomorrow, I don't see the Cavs come back from 0-2. I agree with that. And I did not like the way that the Cavs team played overall against the Knicks in game 1. It was way too much Donovan Mitchell, and the rest of the team just fell asleep. They have a talented team, but they just completely disappeared. The teammates did against the Knicks. Way too much Donovan Mitchell. If they get more production from all of their players in this next game, I think they definitely could win, but they're not going to be able to win if it's all Mitchell. Jackson Johnson, I want to see the Suns get a title, but I also want to see the Clippers get a title. I'm so torn. Yeah, and it's going to be very tough for either to do that when you have the Celtics and you have the Bucks and you have the Nuggets and all these other teams. It's going to be really tough, but I do think either team that wins that series has a chance, and I would like to see both win for sure, especially for Chris Paul and the Suns at his age, but even for Kawhi Leonard, even though he's already won one, and Paul George, if he can get back, if they can win the first series, but it will be interesting. And the Ohio State says Giannis is likely going to play game 2 for Bucks, but Moran's likely to miss game 2 for Grizzlies, which will hurt the Grizzlies, definitely help out the Lakers. And for Giannis And the Bucks, if he's back, they'll have a great chance to beat the Heat. But thanks for being everybody. What a game. What a 114-106 win for the Kings over the Warriors. And now the Kings have a really great chance to be able to win this series. But can the Warriors go back around and win at home? It will be interesting. But like the stream down below. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. But more importantly, thank you guys all for being here tonight. You guys were amazing. I really appreciate it. You guys were awesome tonight. So many great comments. Thanks for hanging out tonight with me. Trent Veron says, love the channel. We'll bring it all with me. Thanks for a great game. Good night. Thank you so much for being here. V Ohio State says, great stream as always. Take care and have a great rest of the night. And Jackson says, you have a good night. Sleep well. Really appreciate it. Hope I'll be back tomorrow night for the Suns and Clippers. Not 100% sure if I will, but I will definitely try. But again, thank you guys so much for being here. You guys make it worth it. I really appreciate it. But what a 114-106 win for the Kings over the Warriors. So nice to see them have success. And the NBA playoffs have been a lot of fun, and it's going to be a lot more fun from here, I'm sure. But thanks for being here, everybody. What a night in the NBA.